think I'm good.
Okay. Well, I hope you're good because we're live now.
Alrighty. My bad.
Oh, there we go. I forget. All right, we are Fellowship Gaming. We are here to entertain you with yet another tale of daring, disaster, and dimwits. Please grab a favorite drink and perhaps a snack and let us regale you with songs of our misdeeds. Today we are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which is a D20 fantasy system. If you'd like to see more content, please check us out on YouTube at fellowshipgaming.quest, where you can subscribe and hit that bell notification. If you would like to join us during our live stream, head over to Twitch and give us a follow in order to be a part of our live chat. And over to you, Justin.
Alrighty. So, thank you. Last we left off, you guys were doing some menial labor, just trying to get the feel of a place and look into some old leads you have, and decided to take on some work just to secure some extra money. You guys researched into the Temple of Sylvandrith about some rumors about um, excitable undead at the shallow sea, and Tivin did find a job that runs down towards there, which is sort of an odd place to run. Like, the places where people live there are sort of shady and not actually as close to the water as the stop off on the itinerary would suggest. Usually they're a little more inland, they're just on that side of the peninsula? That's not right. The whole continent of Restrav there.
It's really only that peninsula.
Oh, I was talking about the whole thing. The peninsula is where it's weird. That's where people
Yeah.
wouldn't live. But I'm like the little offshoot there because there is that land bridge. And you guys got hired on by a man named Varst named Stardon, sort of this older businessman who seems to be run carriages and like supplies to the in-between places in the main part of Restrav, just sort of this north area. He's got like a little loop he runs and one suspicious stop off on the west side there. You guys, we talked about job mechanics for a long time. We talked about the map for a long time and distances, which is pertinent to what you're doing.
Yeah.
um, and you guys got hired on. So today is the day you are leaving. So is there any preparations or assertions or questions anyone has for that? Also, we're missing two people right now. Has anyone heard from Fred? I know Anthony said he was sick.
Well, he's going to be in about half hour. No one's heard from Fred that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anthony is planning on showing up.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
again, it's Fred mentioned it on Friday, but Fred's Fred.
Mhm.
So we'll see if Fred comes. If not, okay. But
Oh,
yeah, that's where we're at.
all right. So you guys are sort of getting ready. You tried to get some more people to sign on to the Saint Caprice, and it didn't really go super well. Um,
It started off good,
It
and
did.
then went
And then
bad.
it started off really well. But you guys are gearing up right now. You've got two wagons full of supplies. Each are pulled by two. Probably they're not horses. Probably they are just straight up a mule. Something just a little hardier than your regular horse. And each wagon has two people aside from you guys, the six of you. that will be attending as well. Each wagon has two guys, a driver and someone sort of in the back or walking alongside. You're looking at two Varst, a human, and one sort of large brawl.
Okay. So do we have names for all of them? Are we introduced?
Yeah, if you walk up and like if you look like you're ready and just sort of looking at caravan is a little strong. It's two wagons, but like it does fit that definition, I think. The one that walks up to you is a Varst. Introduces themselves as Ukini, and then the second Varst is Itoke. The brawl, she has a bow sort of strap. They all have like weapons, but she has like a long bow instead of short bow and crossbows. She introduces herself as Katya, and then the human goes up to shake everyone's hand and says, "My name is Todd."
Okay, so we've got Ukini, Katia, and Todd.
And then Itoke, the second, two Varst.
Okay.
And the way they sort of explain how the route goes is they switch off. They switch off like who's running the mules, and then the other people just either walk or they're like if you bring your own like horse or anything, they don't recommend. Like the roads are well worn, but like riding in a jungle is just sort of like difficult for enough of it that they just prefer to walk.
And we probably have to deal with getting wagons unstuck.
Yeah. Just sort of depending on how hard the rainy season goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, it looks like the person who is sort of like the one everyone looks to for like the go ahead and like probably the most senior person under Stardon, like probably they do like you guys as security, probably the guys actually in the wagons are also pretty, you sign on for the month, and um if you don't want to do it again, that's fine. Like he doesn't have like necessarily the most consistent employees like oh, what do you call that? A, like a assignment basis rather than like a you do this every time, but it looks like Ukini is the one that is like the one that's been on the longest. Oh, I just dropped all these dice everywhere.
They're probably not
Everywhere.
important.
Oh, but there are so many of them. Hello.
Welcome, Fred.
Hello.
Okay.
The dropping of many dice heralds the return of Fred.
Yeah.
All rolling ones.
All of them. All 30d6 that I just dropped were all ones.
Wow.
Good job,
That
Fred.
would be an insanity.
Ugh.
It's the herald of the Fred times.
Yeah. I wasn't watching the time, and then I realized, oh yeah, I need to be over here.
Oh, wait.
I was playing a game called, was it Norsburg Dungeon Master or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
What's the tabletop we use now? Roll20, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, excuse me.
All right, so the route you guys are taking is sort of just a loop through the middle. of Restrav, starting a little more east, hitting like a bunch of like little hamlets. There's no really major cities between Zanqualch and Vigil's End, and you go down and you hit the very north end of just sort of like the edge of Vigil's End. Pick up some more supplies and then head back up on the west side where it is a little sketchier, and that's on the way back at the end of the month is going to be where you have that weird little stop off. Where it probably good chance basically you have like an unconfirmed confirmation that that's a criminal enterprise in some capacity, but you don't know at what degree it is. But it's like right there, like on the side where the Hawk is, and it's the
Yeah.
shallow sea, low traffic. Nobody wants to go over there.
So, like, Komarov will draw on the ground and be like, so our route is something like this? Like that. There. Like that.
Wow. Okay.
That's quite the route.
Yeah, Ukimi is looking at your map in the dirt, and is like, holds up a real parchment map with the actual route drawn on it, and says, "No, not anything like that, not at all."
Yeah, can we get an actual show where we're going?
Oh,
We're gonna make you draw now.
Using the laptop
Exercise
now.
your artist abilities.
So your route is sort of like that, just hitting
Okay.
like just some like hamlets in between like these areas, just sort of like staying mostly on the roads. You've got like 8 stops total, and one of them is Vigil's End, and the
Okay.
last one is getting back to Zanqualch.
So yeah,
So
that
you're
is. But we've got one where we're literally going through the middle of Restrav. That's usually considered hostile territory through here. So this leg would be considered hostile territory.
Yeah, you're like cutting through the middle there. That's why they have like security, but like that's also the reason you need sort of supplies run out to these little places. They'd like they're pretty close to Vigil's End, but nobody really wants to do this. It probably there are other people that make this route from the other side as well, but like you stop out in Vigil's End and then head back with other supplies, which is why the caravan is small. Like you're hitting a lot of small places, but you're like probably there's a a secondary business partner where like they're the same enterprise in Vigil's End and they have their own supplies. So you empty out over the first 2 weeks, resupply, and then head back and empty out on the second leg as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the middle of Restrav, like all this research you've been doing about like undead and like all this worry you have about other things, the middle of Restrav is probably gonna be like tigers, dinosaurs, feral Varst.
Yeah,
That's what you're
very
worried
much.
about there.
Yeah, that's like Caytha's like, most go all the way south to Erithel and then follow the roads across the major cities back up. But I guess that's like 3 months.
Yeah, it's just so much time.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's follow the coast down to Erithel, because that's a main city, and those are all main cities down there.
Mhm.
And it's safe because there's actual where Varst are. The route we're doing is not the most safe,
No, not at
but
all.
it would be
that's also why
lucrative.
the pay,
Very
like, doing the
lucrative.
route- Yeah, doing the route you're talking about is like the same pay for triple the amount of sign on,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So it's
I
like
get it. But I mean, Caytha being a Varst and literally in metal armor with a metal sword,
Hmm.
It's almost like you're either really rich or just weird.
Yeah.
And that's what Varst would be saying to her. You're wealthy to have gotten all this northern equipment. Or you're why aren't you wearing bone armor and carrying a nice club?
And I think a very substantial cultural part of that is just the environment in Restrav is just so much like hotter
Oh
and
yeah,
wetter.
it's hot,
Like
wet,
the metal is not comfortable.
requires
um,
extra maintenance. Yeah.
yeah.
Metal probably rusts way more often.
That's why I said maintenance.
Yeah, you just have to
You have to take care of it. And
oil it and dry it off.
I imagine Tivin is helping Caytha learn how to properly take care of metal armor.
Yeah. Well, he can help. His is mostly stone, but yeah.
I know, but he probably has a lot more experience with metal.
No, it's very true.
Again, Restrav has the stonewood trees, and those are... A weapon is worth a lot. Armor, you've really done something to earn that.
Good to know.
Yeah, because there's a really big stonewood forest here. So that's kind of why they go all the way down, because that's a major supply point there.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah.
Everyone.
How you feeling?
I'm trying. I'm okay. I feel a little like loopy's not the right term, but like keeping my eyes from crossing is. I'm okay. I'm alive. That's
Okay.
a bulk of what I can deal
Well,
with.
that's
right
good
now.
to say.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
How's your is your lip swelling going down at all?
Yeah, it's gone down.
Okay.
It's I got like 4 different medications in me at the moment.
jeez.
So
Oh.
we don't know the cause, so it's like, hey, let's just hem our bets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
No.
All right. So we know the route. We're kind of inland in Restrov, so
I should probably get on roll 20, huh?
yeah.
Yeah. No.
You don't need it.
And I'm not even using a mouse. I do want to say that like that the east, nope, the west line there probably follows the coast a lot better, but you do cut across that like part.
That one part of Restrov that's like,
Yeah, I'm using like a freaking laptop
yeah,
pad, so it's probably
that's
more like that. Like you hit the coast a lot better.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's that middle part that sucks.
Yeah, that would suck. That is going to suck, I'll admit.
Little towns right there.
Yeah, but it does seem like we're a bit more inland than the coast. Still roads, but probably closer to the dense jungle and a lot of dangerous creatures. But some good eating ones, too. Yes, Caytha seems to have a fixation on food.
That's
All good Varst.
I'm just glad we're leaving the city where it's a lot easier to get food.
I see you want to hunt.
Well, I tried, and I don't know any of their jobs, so it was a lot easier just to sleep out in the wilderness and hunt for my own food.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're all ready. Does anyone need anything? I think that was the last thing. Is anyone need something?
Yeah, no, like Ukini is sort of like it's uh sun's coming up. We gotta use the daylight while we can. Does everyone
Mhm.
have personal effects taken care of? They have like provisions for the 10 people in this caravan. But you can see that they're like they supply you food, but it's like very just
Yeah.
it's all like so
Hardtack, trail
dried. Yeah, yeah, trail rations that are like, and a lot of it is Varst trail rations.
So
So like,
Tibbin's really at home.
yeah, like it's like jerky, like cooked big insects, not cooked, but like dried and seasoned.
Yeah.
Salted grasshopper, chocolate
Yeah.
ants, shit like that.
Well,
Like
no.
stuff the size of your hand a little bit. Probably
Yeah.
ants. Probably a
I'm
bunch
here
of
to
like
satisfy.
candy. They're actually, and this is something I was just reading about. They're actually kind of ants that are living food storage for a colony. They're like grapes.
Yeah.
They just
Mhm.
have sugar in them.
They process glucose differently, and then they're
Yeah.
sacrificed in hard times.
Yeah, they're just sort of
Yeah.
like
Don't they nurse
hanging.
certain larvae and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ant. I've been learning a lot about ants. I think they're fascinating.
They
Um,
are,
in
honestly.
a way that I also hate them. I don't want them to be near me.
No,
But I like to know how they work.
they that's kind of odd that you said that because they just discovered a species that can swim and fly of spider.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. And I say fly loosely, like it glides and stuff, but
Yeah.
it can make wings out of webs, and then it can make a bubble out of web to survive underwater. And it's an ambush hunter. Of course, it's in Australia, thank God. But I'm like, that's bullshit.
See, and spiders never bother me though. Like I really like spiders. It's things that like pile up on top of each other.
No, that's
Wigs me out.
my spiders. An egg sac. I crushed it with a broom once, and a million
Oh,
babies
yeah.
came out, and I was like, I'm out, because in my head, like they can lay an egg. They don't, but they could lay an egg in you, and then you pop it like a zit, and spiders. You know, like that's my worst nightmare. Not really.
What do you
My worst
think about it,
nightmare is
like-
bee, but
Oh no.
That might
My
be my
buddy
worst
on
nightmare.
WoW literally has a story about one of the guys he was with in the Marines that he was shaving. He shaved a bump on his face, which ruptured and a bunch of spiders came out.
Oh,
So that's
no.
not a.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh yeah.
And here it's like one breed of spider can do it because your internal body temperature is too much for them.
Yeah.
They need dry, like semi-temperate.
Yeah.
But it's botflies freak me out for that same reason.
Uh-huh.
And like I don't have what's it called, something.
Trypophobia.
Like I don't
Yeah.
care. Like whatever. But the idea of things living inside of it really mess with my head.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I could just think of that ambush spider you were talking about, but make it the size of a dog or something.
Yeah, no, they're the size of your thumb. That's like all right, so bees are I'm deathly allergic to them. So the thing that scares me the most is the Japanese hornet because it's the size of your thumb.
Yeah. They're huge.
Crazy
And
big.
it just keeps stinging you. It doesn't it doesn't lose its stinger. It just keeps stinging you. And I'm like, no.
Well, probably this doesn't matter to the allergy, but like the difference between bees and hornets is like pugs and wolves, you know?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Well, also
You're allergic
bees
to
are
both of them.
terrifying in a
Probably.
different way, but like, have you seen? I can't remember what it's called, but how bees kill invaders? Like they don't stab them.
Oh
They
yeah.
cover them and they vibrate until they bake them to death.
Well, yeah, they cook them with their body heat from the vibrate. Like, how metal is that?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, but those are the Japanese honeybees. We don't have them here.
True.
No.
True.
All right.
Lieu of this conversation, I'll ask the other caravan guard people, if they've come into contact with insects that have or will burrow into them and eventually kill them and then explode.
which is
Explode out.
very apropos to
Yeah.
what we experienced.
Yeah. So nobody in this caravan is like. Todd is like. There are plenty of insects that will burrow into your flesh, but usually you survive that.
Uh-huh.
Todd talks at like the flattest high tone.
Mhm.
Todd sounds like a radio show host from the 40s and 60s. He's just always smiling, like crew cut, the most normal dude, like leather armor.
Todd, how many insects are controlling you right now?
He
15.
blinks. He blinks twice and he says, "None at all. Not any."
I understand.
But the Varst on the other Varst Itoke, he says like there are no insect. I have had parasites before. They don't bother. It hurts. It is gross. I dislike it. I am fine.
Okay.
So like they don't seem to. You didn't give enough crazy details for them to be like, yes, I've seen what you've seen. They're talking about
Mhm.
like bot flies and like certain kinds of like flesh eating like stuff that like ointments, sprays, like sleeping on a cot instead of the bare floor, like, you know, just be
Mhm.
careful.
Yeah.
He's like we have the tents with the nets. You know, mosquitoes, they don't really burrow, but they drink your blood. Some of them get rather big in Restrav. I don't know if you have mosquitoes in the. There's sort of a moment where he assesses you and like your dress, and he says, "In the orc steppes, you don't have mosquitoes normal."
Not as much, no. Definitely not as much as here.
No.
I think I just swallowed 3 talking with you.
Yes, there's
they're
good
very good
protein.
protein.
If you can find one that has had blood, hopefully don't get sick. Um, so you guys start heading out, just sort of walking down some of these roads, and as you go farther southwest, you're sticking pretty well to the coast, but you still get like a lot of trees. Let's get a group survival check going on here. So everyone will make this. The 4 guys, they just count as an automatic pass, but you do have 8 people in your party, so you guys have to do pretty well. 10 people, I'm sorry. So let me relook at my chart. So this is the easiest leg of the journey. So Tivin, that is a pass. So everyone does really well. This first week goes by. You make 2 stops in these sort of small hamlets, and it
We're
seems like there are
missing
even
one.
more. Oh wait,
Raven.
Brad, make a survival check.
Make a survival check.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys are going down this coast and like hitting some small hamlets, and it seems like you guys are totally fine. You guys are totally fine. You start, and actually this starts just because Komarov started talking about burrowing insects, and the other people start talking about indigenous, like parasitic creatures. That does start several days worth of conversation and insect collecting from Leoxandra. He has never been this far south, and he is just sort of geeking out about and asking like details of total meatheads. They don't know any details about anything he's talking about, but just pretty much constant talking. And it seems as though you're dropping off supplies and like collecting like whatever payment they're giving, and those places know of like even smaller settlements. You're looking at places with like 8 buildings, and then they're like, we'll take these over to the family that lives like up in the hill over here in the trees. Um, just sort of like a spider web of communities, and you're just dropping it off at the largest place on this road. Um, so the first week goes by without any issues. This is the strongest part of the road. You're like looking out at the this little sea and then making your way over to the actual open ocean. And at the end of the second week, you'll be, or in the middle of the second week, you'll be able like actual open ocean instead of that like inlet sea there, the bay. There is there anything anyone wants to make checks on or ask any of the locals about what during your stop-offs, or any conversations you guys want to have about like maybe what's going on in the area, or like surveying the land to see what's going on just as part of your survival checks here? This is like 7 days of just sort of casually like spending some
Um,
time in the wilderness here.
Yeah, Caytha's gonna ask about what kind of predators have been coming closer to the villages.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a diplomacy check. This isn't going to be a crazy high check, but if you do really well, you might get some extra.
Thank you, D20. Oh well.
Yeah, they. I think like a lot of who you're talking to are Varst. Like there are some halflings, but like I think they're like, to your point earlier, they're looking at the metal armor and they're like the normal stuff, man. If you know what those are, like you're getting sort of the
You
treatment
even
of an
from here,
outsider
bro?
a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
what where are you from, bro? Like like
You're
they're
gonna
looking at you
make me
like a
look
little
that
bit of an
up, aren't
outsider.
you? Because I remember
Um
I wrote it down for her, but I don't remember where specifically I said.
No, you're
what
like the the Native American who went to English school
Varstal.
and came back in a suit, and they're like, "Bro,
Yeah, she's from Varstal,
is
which
that
we'd be
even on the map?"
passing, huh?
Is
No,
that on the map?
it's
Yeah, I didn't
not,
think that.
but it'd be about right there.
Oh yeah, so you go through your old town, and I think that's what it is. Like you try to meet up with some people, and like they're all either busy or they're like, "You've got you changed a lot, man." You have sort of like too much catching up to get real details in, like what's up with the get up, and you're like, well, when you're up in like the war zone up there, like you got to have the metal and like different stuff.
Uh,
So this is so if Varstal is right up here, do you just deliver that letter to your mother personally?
not if I can help it.
Oh, so you don't want that.
No, I don't want that.
Okay.
I want to stay as far from my mother as I can.
Okay.
What? Tune's
How
like,
many? So, uh, this is you don't. This doesn't need to be a divergence
no,
to the
I know. I
party,
was
but
like,
like,
as the pro mother culture, yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
sure kids
So
has made an offhand comment that meant nothing, but like, Tiffany's like, wait, what? What's the relationship with? Please tell me, explain the relationship with your mother in detail. No, that's
And
not what
Caytha
you know what I
will
mean.
actually go into it and be like, well, when I came of age to be apprenticed, instead of being apprenticed to not my mother or father, my mother was able to take it to make me her apprentice. And if I had succeeded, I would have become the mistress of scrolls in Varstal. And I really didn't enjoy that, and I usually tried to go out and talk to the guards and learn from the guards. She did the same thing with a younger brother and sister of mine from a later clutch. And so she let me go, but she's trying to make one of those two her apprentice, and I think it's my little brother that wants to, and my little sister is looking desperately for a way out. But I don't want to go near my mother. I mean, if we run into my father, great. He's got some fun stories. 'Cause he's a hunter, and his story about how he impressed my mother to become her mate was that he killed a T-Rex by it charged him, and he used a horn from a Triceratops that he was harvesting to lure it into a tree, and it just rammed the horn through its own head. So he was
Wow.
able to return with a Triceratops horn and a T-Rex tooth, which was pretty impressive. It's also how he got his title, the Pierced Skull.
It's very.
You guys are telling the
Rhaegorn,
story,
the
and
Pierced Skull. Zatha is the scribe mistress. We could go see the scroll of the histories if you would like. It's cool.
Sure.
That sounds
yeah, you guys stop off, and while it's unloading, you're in this sort of populated place.
Oh, it's a
You
city.
guys can, yeah, it's like the whole city up here. You guys are dropping off supplies, picking up other things like trading medicines, and again, like a lot of it is like just like metals, either worked, like a significant portion of it. You have like crates of like just better nails than you can get in Restrav. For like repairs on other things, building materials. Yeah, you guys go look at this. What would you call it? A cultural center or a historical building? Is it more like a library or a
It is a
museum?
library. The scroll
Mhm.
itself is an artifact that contains all the truthful knowledge of all the scrolls within the library and books within the library. It adds to itself. So it's literally like this. That's a big scroll. Because it's probably like a 5-foot scroll.
Like while wound up.
Yeah, while wound up. Not. Yeah,
that's cool.
it's huge. It's like, yeah, I've never seen that much paper in one place in my life.
Is it paper or is it like
It's
vellum or
probably
papyrus?
more like vellum,
That's cool.
and it's
It makes
magical.
sense. Yeah.
Like I said, it's
So-
magical. It's a scroll, and it contains all the knowledge of all the books within this library. And it's a huge library. This city has
Is
a
it-
massive library.
Dewey Decimal Scroll?
It's not. It's magic.
I know. I'm just giving you shit. That's awesome.
I get it. But yeah, if you were like, I want to know about the battle for Zonquiltec, they could pull it out and you could read that on the scroll.
That's cool.
How does it make more?
Caytha shrugs and says, I don't know. It just does.
Can we ask it?
You could ask the Grandma Longears that guards it.
And she would know.
I don't know.
Oh, you lived here for
She's
so
never
long.
known.
That's
But then again, I've never really asked. And she is a Grandma Longears, so maybe?
So the person that guards the scroll is not a Varst. They're an elf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's. Is she
Well, I
older?
mean, she does more than guard, but there are Varst guards as well.
That's cool.
But yeah, she is an elf.
Well, we'll go meet her and
I mean, Caytha's like, my mom says she's been here since she was a acolyte, and I was one of the later clutches from my mom. I don't think she's got many more left.
Hmm.
She's over 100, so
That is quite old.
well, the grandma long years, like I said, everyone I've talked to has said she's the same one since anyone can remember.
Elven lifespan something that's kind of known.
And they're about 300 years, and but Grandma long years is usually already advanced in age when they earn that title.
Yeah.
So
Long ear or
she,
grandma?
well, Grandma Longyear, which is a title.
Okay.
They are. I'm gonna have to look
I'm
this up.
imagining that the Varst like commonization. Like I'm sure it sounds much cooler in the actual Varst language.
Oh, well, it's the elf language that comes from.
Oh, well, that's fair. I was just saying, like, it's not a good analogy, but like German titles, like Obersturmführer, sounds really cool, but then it just means like the soldier that's above me.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Grandma Long Ears. I don't know a lot of old women who want to be called grandma who don't have children potentially, you know. But seeing it as a title and then in Alvin, it's like Aru Torendrin. You're like, oh, that sounds great. What's it mean? It means old lady. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
It
I
means
love
I'm the old lady going on here.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
Grandma Long Ears is usually a cleric of Arstala.
That's
So is the scroll like when you go into the library, is it open and visible, or is it like kept through like closed doors?
It would be kept through closed doors, but they're probably closed doors that Caytha could say, "This is who I am," and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, we can't really keep you out."
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be closed doors, but it's good luck moving it. Because it's not just the giant scroll, but also kind of a shrine about the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's just like, it's been here since anyone can remember. It's been here since we started recording our own history. It has been here.
Yeah, it's like they built the city around the scroll.
Yeah, basically. The scroll was here. We built it. We built first kind of a temple, then a library, and a city grew up from that. So that's how it works. And that's what Caytha can say. It's like, yeah, that was here. We built around it. This is what you have. But yeah, it has really cool information on it. But I mean, you will have to ask an acolyte to access it. But
Okay.
Caytha could get you into, there it is.
Did anyone want to legitimately go spend like hours looking at this thing, or do you want to just stop in and look at it?
I probably would just stop in and look at it because it's to my character would be like the equivalent of the largest string or twine ball.
Largest ball of twine in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to him it's just
fun.
it's a curiosity that oh cool
Yeah.
let's go.
Magnus
Tivin
is probably the only one that Magnus and Tivin are probably the two that would be like really wanting to look.
Yeah.
As soon as my character will look at it and says, "Oh, I think my people could take it if they really wanted it," but but
just fly over
Oh,
bird.
yeah. I imagine the Varst guards are giving him vicious glare at that statement.
That would be something that the owls would take if they would want it, but I don't see a reason for them to want it.
Um,
And the
so yeah,
owls are the like the
The
ninjas
the
of
ninja
the
of the
halflings,
halfling.
mhm.
the owl riders.
Yeah, those guys would be interesting to make character of.
So
Anyway,
uh, so you guys, so it sounds like you guys want to go in and like look at the library. You've got this huge library. I think it's mostly scrolls. I think there are books, but it seems like those are like newer. I think it's like a lot of old scrolls and then like some newer bound books. And then name dropping and like talking to the right people. Caytha can get you in. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Oh.
Again. 10.
Getting better.
So
getting better.
So-
yeah.
dropping the names and stuff. Yeah. Koromo, you keep you keep your thoughts about theft to yourself with that 16. You don't say the wrong thing. And they're the people, the attendants and the guards, they're looking at Caytha like, okay, you can peek in, but there is sort of like the Grandma Longears is doing a ritual that we don't really understand. So if you want to peek in, you can just stay beyond the. There's sort of like a rope, like a velvet rope,
Yeah,
like stand
their
on this
version.
side of it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Their
and you can
version
go
of
like
that. Yeah, got it.
look into the room and like look at the shrine, but like don't even like have that much conversation. She's cooking. Um, you guys go in. It's just like sort of a bad time to look, but they let you like they open the door and let you like peek in, and she is like just going from like place to place in the shrine. It's like a big room with like the shrine in the middle of it and this giant scroll. It's not unraveled or anything, and she's not writing in it, but she is like fiddling with like things like it's sort of like watching somebody who is like, I need everything to be in the right place. She's like taking like little effigies from one place to another, and it seems like she's not really cognizant of like you guys looking at her. She's like in a trance where she is aware that in order to do this ritual and like upkeep this artifact, she needs everything to be moved in a room. And it's like if you interrupt her and she has to restart, everyone is gonna be pissed. But yeah,
I
you're looking at this ancient elf. What's that, Brian?
I don't know what you're talking about, Caytha. She doesn't look that old.
Just crazy old. Just hunched over, ears are like so long that they're like drooping at the ends, like the cartilage isn't strong enough anymore. Just
Mhm.
wispy, like white hair, like elves age really well, and this is like a full hag.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Like dressed well, like she is clean, but
Are you
like
sure
just
she's Elven? What did your people do to her?
Caytha's like, she's looked like this since I know her.
Oh,
And
Maybe
my
she's a
mom
banshee?
says she's the same when she knew her. Well, when she
Maybe-
came.
I wonder if she was hatched from the Earth. Well, I don't know if Earth is the term they would. Yeah, I guess Earth is still.
Earth is Earth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder,
Earth is
'cause,
dirt.
Yeah. I wonder if she was hatched from the stone and appeared thus. If she was
You're
cursed in some way.
you guys are talking about this. She sits on the ground and starts like just sort of rolling sideways in this like lopsided circle all the way around all the way around the roped area until she's back where she started, and then she stands up again. No words, no chanting, just not somersaulting. She is rolling sideways like an egg.
Jesus Christ.
We have a. She probably needs to retire.
Oh man.
I
I
think we
this
better
is
go.
retirement.
Yeah, you guys are
Must be
talking, and the
some
guard
unknown
is like,
ritual that he doesn't understand.
the guard is like, she's cooking. Get out of here. This is the best part, dude. Like they're in it.
It's like, is this how she's like? Is this how the scroll is working? It's feeding off of her life essence. Is she the vellum? That's where
Oh,
her
no.
collagen goes. That's why she looks so
Yeah.
old. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely like stuff that nobody understands. What it's to the point where they're like, we don't actually know if
I gotta
she's
stop laughing. I'm
fully
getting lightheaded.
senile. Like we have stopped being able to discern whether this is senility, eccentricity, or constant rituals. Like she eats and like does other stuff, but like so much of what she does is just sort of in this room that they're like, we don't even question
Tim
it
is writing
anymore.
like this. There's a dissertation that could be written about this interaction. Like we
Yeah.
need to send some delegates here.
Yeah. Yeah, Divin takes a note and is like, send dwarves to Varstal.
Send dudes. Did you mean nudes? No,
No.
I'm in a battle. I need more dudes.
I need dudes.
This chicken. Fuck.
No, I
So,
do.
Caytha,
Those are
you
good.
would be rolling around like this if you had stayed.
No.
Oh. How do
I
you
would be
become
in
the long
charge.
ears, then?
That's an elven thing. Only elves, to my knowledge, are allowed to become Grandma Longears.
I thought they were Varst.
No?
Yeah, you live long enough as a Varst, you turn into an elf.
Your scales fall off.
Mhm.
Yeah, valid. I mean,
That is most
we know?
assuredly not how it works.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
You guys don't molt.
Of course
and
we
turn into
molt.
elves?
No.
Turn into elves.
Wow.
I look down disappointed.
Caytha is like, at this point, I just feel like you guys are making fun of us.
A little, but also Timon's looking at Raven like, "Do you molt?" And then he looks at the bird. Remembers the feathered cloak. Like maybe makes
Yeah.
another note. Mom, I want to come home. These kids are weird.
No.
These guys are drinking beer.
Oh Jesus!
Divin
Ugh.
just writes the word birds with a question mark. That's just it.
Every morning, he just checks. Like, are you growing? Are they? The wings are fine, but are they feathered or are they insectile? Like, we need to know, Raven. Tell us how you feel every morning.
All right, so you guys head back to the caravan, doing your level best to avoid Caytha's family. And I think there's a moment where one of the other Varst is sort of just like, I think it's interesting that you know who your parents are. I don't know who my progeny is. They're not famous enough. I just got sort of like lumped in with everyone else.
I mean, usually you know your mother and father at least. They
Yeah,
care for you.
like, I don't know who my sire is.
Caytha kind of like, that's interesting. It's usually male and female that raise us.
Come on.
At least
We never know
until.
who our fathers are, but we definitely know who our mothers are.
Caytha's like, yeah, usually male and female raise the children together because they're horrific little things when they're very young. It takes two.
sort of shrugs and is like, I don't know. I didn't live that good, I guess. I got unlucky.
Caytha's like, okay.
That's fine. I got sent off to school.
Was the school on how to ride birds and shoot people?
Oh, he was raised by birds.
It's like how to survive and stuff like that, but it's also when they get a certain age, they also teach them how to read, write, and all the history and stuff like that. Somewhat normal.
The-
It's similar to our school, but they also teach them
But
like
also hardcore Boy Scouts.
yes, or basic training for the army.
Yeah.
And
It's all one thing.
But with
It's all
actual survival training.
Correct. And actual nav lab, which he
Lad Nav, yeah.
Mad Nav, which he
Which-
failed because that's why he's here.
Yeah, he's lost. I don't know how to get back to where I was. Yeah, so you guys get back right as they're like sort of loading up their new supplies. They've offloaded what they brought and they've traded out. And you guys head out again.
Mhm.
Sort of leaving this city, going down the coast, like way more smaller places. Go ahead and give another group survival check. You guys are getting away now from sort of the larger city centers. So this one's going to be a little harder.
All right. Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Since we did have a little bit of time, and Tivin could have potentially looked at some maps. In Liu, it's only a 2-point difference, but in Liu rolling survival, could I roll surveying to try to maybe get us on favorable terrain?
Yeah, yes, if you want to roll surveying, you can do that.
Thank you. I mean, it probably won't help, but we'll see. No, that's the difference between 11 and 13, so I'm not.
So the one that saves you guys is Magnus.
Sure.
So Magnus critically passes with fully a 0 in survival. Magnus keeps everyone on the right trail, and you are not attacked by tigers. There's a night where Magnus, you're on watch, and you were able to like see that you've been being followed, like they're trying to pick someone off, and you like set another fire somewhere, and that's what keeps you guys from like getting stalked in the night by would they be tigers or jaguars?
Probably Jaguars here.
Jaguars
if
are
it's
nasty.
jungle, it'd be jaguars.
Displacer
Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah,
Shut up,
full-
Fred.
That's not in this game. Wait,
They're
are
called
there steps?
I think they are.
I mean,
But
they're
I'm not-
probably not called Displacer Beasts.
No, I think they're very similar, but aren't they called Jagarundi? I know they're in.
Are they?
Oh no, that's 5th edition. Never mind. I don't know.
Are
Anything.
they the? I think the equivalent is like. Oh, that might still be a D&D thing. I was like, there's like a tiger, but it's like whole skull comes out of its head or something.
Oh,
Oh,
I know what you're talking about too. That
Yeah.
place. Shut up. God damn it. Oh,
This place,
Ryan,
that place.
I'm too effed up for you to be. Oh, stop it! I'm already lightheaded from laughing, and you're killing me.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. That placer beast instead of displacer. Oh,
That's so good. Like I love.
uh,
Yeah, you guys go the second week, and you're a lot more into proper wilderness. Like you're still on the coast. You can see the ocean, you can see the sea. But like the roads are getting a little windier. Like you are being pushed sort of closer to cliffs.
Yeah.
These sort of hard cliffs, and like the roads are just more winding, a lot less traveled. Like there's definitely a solid road, but you guys are, as you're getting to that sort of end corner there, as you're starting to cut through back to Vigil's End, that stretch in itself is some of this. Mrs. Placerby.
That's Mrs. Placer Beast to you. I'm married.
I got that so distracting to me. But you guys are starting to get away from like that main road that goes down the coast and like take sort of these winding, more winding roads that start to cut through the like actual middle of the jungle where they're that's where they save their money. Basically, is just cutting through here. And Ukini calls everyone out and says like, all right, everyone, we're starting to get into the harder part of this journey. This next,
Rise on the skies, gentlemen.
yeah, you won't be able to see the
Yeah,
sky.
you're not going to see
All
much sky.
all
fair.
tree coverage, you know, low visibility. Going through the jungles will be. We have like a set up camp that we'll have to do some maintenance
have
on,
guard,
but it is like
right?
one more time.
We have like I know there's us, but there's also other caravan guards.
Yeah, there are 4 other guys, and then Leoxandra is sort of just hanging out. Everyone, go ahead and make a perception check. Leoxandra has been like collecting bugs and stuff.
I was gonna say my question is,
God.
do we have shields or shields available? Because I would like to kind of work on rudimentary phalanx positioning, just in case it's required.
They do not have shields. Let me double check this because I have like a block for them.
That's my crafting. I got a +6 in crafting. I could probably make rudimentary shields out of like driftwood and or stone if I can find it. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be super good with it because they're not dwarves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it looks like they are not trained in shields. They one of them is fully an archer. The brawl, Katya, is fully an archer. The 2 Varst have like their stonewood clubs, and it looks like Todd has a short sword, and they all have Todd has a crossbow. The other ones have short bows. So it looks like they're a lot more like, and I think what you see is like the phalanx is pretty good everywhere, but like the jungle is such a weird environment for that. Like things can drop down from above you, and like they are set up for like more like hit and run guerrilla stuff, like go hide in the woods and get them from the side, stuff like that. Like
because that's definitely not something dwarves would. At least Tiven's version of dwarves, because he hasn't completely acclimated to the surface world as of yet. Like I know in my head there's the dwarves who came out first, and then there's the dwarves who came out last, as far as like from the labyrinth, so to speak.
Mhm.
In traditional fantasy terms, it would be like hill dwarves versus mountain dwarves, where mountain dwarves are very stone oriented, forge oriented, where hill dwarves in Dragonlance anyways could ride ponies and stuff.
Mhm.
And I don't know what the time lapse would be, because there would definitely be there are, I don't want to say city Varst and country Varst, but like that would be the mentality. Like they would be different enough, but also their culture would be similar enough. So yeah, so it would totally make sense in my brain that Tiven wouldn't like, oh yeah, no, like there's a road. If you can put a blockade across the road, then you can defend it. But of course, in a jungle, there's a game trail where one person could be a choke point, and then you also have to worry about drop bears and shit. So no, valid. But it would in his military inclined mind, it would still be like, what do you mean you don't know how to use a shield? Like, duh. Like it's just an extension of your body. Why wouldn't you? And he would still also to pass time. So
Yeah. Yeah, you talk to these guys about shields, and they're like, "Yo, we climb the trees. if I want to not get hit, I'm up in the tree, dude."
he puts his hands above his head. And he's like, uppies. But now I'm actually like, can I get high acrobatics and rolling landing with Tiven? He just drops down off a shield. Like, oh, this is, oh yes, the whole new branch of dwarven tactics.
Just dropping a dwarf onto other things.
Yeah.
Well, you ever seen the Nerf football with the screamer on it?
Hmm.
So you know how all of the dwarven shields have faces? Imagine there's like a
Yeah.
tunnel, like a hole, and they're just dropping down. All you hear is ah!
Oh, just as the air
shield.
goes
Like,
through it.
how terrifying! Yeah, like how terrifying would that be? Like an airdrop dwarf? Oh my god!
The dwarven shield gliders.
Oh god, Brian! Oh, I love you. All right. Timon's gonna retire, and I'm gonna create a whole new military branch of dwarves that just do weird tree shit. They go to Varst like 100 years later. What are these weird dwarves wearing bone and screaming in jungles? And oh god,
Just an offshoot. They're like, we really took to it, man.
right?
There was one of my favorite like, fantasy novel representations of like a really specific thing that another species did. I think it was in Forgotten Realms book, but like the halflings that just wore armor with spikes, and they just would tackle as many people as they could, and then just sort of thrash around like a
Oh,
punk.
That
rock
was
concert.
dwarves. Yeah,
Are they
dwarven
dwarves?
battle
Yeah,
ragers.
they're called Gutbusters. And they're based
Gutbuster
off
Brigade.
Thibledorf Puent, who is my
Yep.
favorite dwarf of all time. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Forgotten
Oh, yeah.
Realms. Part of the Driz
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
So terrifying. And then later on, he becomes a vampire in Gulligrim, and he's just terrifying. Me
Oh
king.
my god.
Oh.
Yeah, he does.
No, yeah, and then he trains. That armor is only specific to him. He trains a bunch of Gutbusters, which are just battle ragers.
Yeah.
They're basically immune to poison, and they do crazy shit. He specifically picked. He charges an elf. He has like the German helmet with the long spike. So he charges an elf, picks his head up, and then the elf slides down the spike, and then he grabs it and starts razor blading him with his spiked armor. And Dritz just looks at him like, "What the fuck are you?" And then he goes, "Be king!" And he bounds off after Bwenner, like, "Let's go!" And he's like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" Oh, I love Thibledorf so much.
Been so long, but I think about that just all the time. I'm like, this guy just like
Yeah,
metal concert thrashes everyone, and that's just sort of
Yeah,
it.
that was his fighting style.
Big boots.
He is the
spikes.
epitome of shock and awe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
What do? We throw him at them. Then
Yeah,
what?
That's what I was picturing.
See
like,
if anything
I-
survives.
load
my
the catapult
favorite-
up.
Forgotten Realms image of all time is it's I don't remember the artist, but there's an artist who did a rendering of Thibledorf Puent, and he looks like a dwarven version of Marvel's Rhino, but with spikes on his armor.
Mhm.
And I was like, and that's exactly it. He also like he has a drink. They call it the Gut Buster, but it's the Gut Buster Brigade is based off the drink, and drinking it makes him like basically drunk, but also insane, and it's literally poison, and it makes him basically immune to poison. So like Drow can't put him to sleep, and other enemies can't poison them with natural attacks. It's just insane. It's absolutely bonkers.
Like that kind of just sounds like it's PCP.
You're not wrong.
Like-
I wish
like
you
it
were
just
wrong, but
makes-
you're not.
Like it just makes you go nuts, and stuff can't
Oh.
slow you down because your blood is too hot. Like
Yeah.
All
Literally
right.
one of his favorite things to do. He will run and trip, and then he just rolls over enemies and they die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
His armor
I
is just
found the
big.
picture Anthony was talking about, and it's
Oh
in
my goodness. Is
Discord.
it the black and white? Yes, yes.
No, it's color.
Oh, yes, that's it. That is
That
so
is
it.
it.
yeah.
Oh, God. His beard should be longer, but other than that, he's amazing.
Mhm.
All right, so you guys start to branch off from the main road that goes all the way down the coast, going more inland, and you get this warning from Ukini as the mules are starting to have to like slow down, and you're like going like over more hills and sort of these less trod, more like game roads, but it's like wide enough for the cart. You know, they've done this more than once. And you're
I
going in.
imagine
He says,
also there's like rockfall or logs and stuff were able to mitigate that relatively quickly.
Yeah. he says like the roads are getting worse and it's just going to get more dangerous. Like it's going to be darker, less sunlight coming through the canopy and stuff like that. And like you don't need like torches or anything, but it's like definitely lower light, and you're like going from like little beams of light clearings to the next one just along this trail. So sorry, my cat made a weird noise. It's windy over here, and he's just
Yeah,
upset about it.
it's windy here
Um,
too. I had some stuff fall off of my porch earlier.
yeah. And like I also don't like the wind, but I guess my hearing isn't as good as a cat's, and I understand what it is, so it's not as distressing. Um,
I
so
lived in Washington State for a long time, and we had windstorms all the time, so it doesn't bother
oh
me
yeah,
that much.
I bet you just sort of have to get used to it or go insane.
Yeah, that and the rain.
Mhm.
Because I lived in Tacoma, and it rained for it seemed like at least half the year. So, and it's starting to rain here. At least it is when I let my dog out.
Yeah, it rained really hard here last night. But on that perception check, so Komarov, I don't think you notice. I wanted to give you a bonus because this is your spouse. But I'm gonna say
That's
you're
Raven's
getting
spell, so not the married one.
I'm not married.
Oh no, I'm looking at the 13 thinking it was a 15. Like, do I
Oh.
give you a bonus? And I'm gonna say no, not in the clouds. Or not in the canopy. Tivin and Koromo, Ravenspell, you guys do notice that like while you're on the coast, like, you like the weather's pretty clear. You're sort of in summer right now, like right before the rainy season starts to really come in with a vengeance. I'm trying to get the supplies out while the weather is clear over the course of the year. And you just notice that Leoxandra just always seems to be in the shade. Like totally clear skies, Leoxandra is not in the sun. Like no matter where he's standing, it's just sort of weird.
Sorry, my typing is very loud.
Um, yeah, Leoxandra just always seems to have shade over him. He's not overheating. He's not worried about all this stuff. And he's like furry, so like sort of the heat and the um, humidity, like he was kind of worried about it coming in. But he's like, this is actually a little easier than I thought it was going to be. I've got all kinds of, he's got like little vials full of like weird bugs. And he's like, I'm actually learning a lot. And like, he's got like a notebook full of like sketches of like plants he doesn't know or he hadn't seen before. And you guys start to cut through. So the difficulty for the survival is now going to spike a little bit because you're going through the worst part of it. Instead of a 15, we're looking for 18s. Just to let you know how much harder it gets all at once. So let's go ahead and make that third survival check to go through the center of this continent. Okay, so we've got a critical fail from Magnus, pass from Caytha, pass from
Survival.
Commonwealth.
Shit. There it is.
Critical fail from Cormo. Okay. And then, yeah. So you guys slow down hardcore. And Komarov and Caytha, you guys are also the people that are like the most accustomed to like surviving in the elements. Like everyone else has either been like Koromo, you're usually above the trees. You don't usually have to come down here. So you're and Tivin, you're so far out of your element, it's crazy. Magnus is a
These trees
city
aren't
boy.
just stones.
Yeah. Everyone else is so far out of their element. And you guys have just a really bad week. And in the middle of that week, Komarov got really good. You hear that you're being followed, and it doesn't sound like animals. I don't have You know what? I could do a map for this. Sure. Let's. Oh no, I don't have tokens for this. That's the problem. So we're gonna do a battle that's just going to be. Oh no, I forgot to clear this. No, I'll just use other tokens. We're gonna move to a map here. You guys. Nope, not that one. This one. You guys are on this winding path going through this sort of middle of the continent here.
Okay.
And go ahead and set your guys up on the left side where that road is. And there are wagons. I know there are. I've used them before.
Okay. Oh, I gotta run it this. Oh, my name. Yeah, that's right. I keep trying to put my. There it is. My my token. And I'm like, no, it's you got to pull your whole name over.
Is that okay? I'm trying to remember how to get the token over.
Just pull your name, not the token.
Yeah, you got to drag from the name, not the picture.
Excuse me.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, trust me, I was dealing with that crap too. I was like, why am I stupid?
All right. So where would you guys be in conjunction with this place? You've got 4 other guys, and they are 2 of them are in the horses right now. We've got Katya in one and Ukini in the front. So Katya's in the back one. I'm gonna mark them as just red and blue, just for the sake of things.
Yeah, are we? So we're walking, or
Yeah,
'cause,
you
like,
were not provided with mounts or anything. The person that owns a horse, I think, is
yeah.
just Komarov.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just wondering because I'm super slow, but I don't. Tibin would want to be at the forefront always, but obviously he doesn't want to get run over by anything.
So these things are not moving at their full speed at any given point in time. Like this is a really tight squeeze for 2 mules and like how big the carts are.
All right, then Tibin would be up front.
Yeah, like that they don't have a problem with that. They're like you got sure-footed.
Yeah. Well, I
And
just figured,
act-
yeah, move shit out of the way, scout, um, fucking debris and stuff. I was talking about this earlier in my brain.
Yeah, no, yeah. And actually, before we go into this in earnest, I would love to take a bathroom break. It's a little early, but this is gonna take a minute.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Take your time.
And then I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. So just a little early than normal. I'm sorry, but
So,
we'll come
5
back in.
minutes. Yeah.
5 minutes.
5
Yeah,
minutes.
5 minutes should be good.
All right. We are back and we are continuing with Majia.
All right. So everyone go ahead and we'll roll initiative.
Awesome.
But just
Put
to
the
set the
tractor
scene,
back up.
Oh, did I close it?
Yep.
My bad. All right. So we're gonna roll initiative to make things easy at first. But to set the scene, you guys are not. You guys are just going up this.
Trail.
Yeah, you guys are just going through this. How is that not my password? Come on. You guys are just going up this trail, sort of like trying to be quiet, trying to be cautious, and actually the wagons should be another square longer, but then they would fit weird. No, I can fix that.
Are they huge?
They're just long.
she said. Oh no.
There we go. Whatever. It'll sit sideways.
Yeah, you'll have to add Raven.
Oh, yep.
Mine didn't show up.
Well, did you select your token?
I just clicked initiative.
No, you
that
select
you're
your
on second.
token and
You're
then
rolling.
click initiative.
Yeah, it's a pain.
It's annoying.
It is
It's-
annoying.
It's there. I put it up.
Oh, okay.
You could remove that one and use his now.
Yeah, you can edit it to 21.
Oh, okay. Take that one.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Great time to roll initiative. Well, huh? Have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you guys have no idea what's going on. You guys go along, just sort of like, and like I would say that just for the purposes of this, like you guys aren't running your whole speed. You know, you're trying to be careful up the sort of like path. Just sort of, it's too tight. The mules are having a hard time. You know, you're trying hard not to get the wagon stuck at any point.
Yeah.
Come on, where's this stupid thing? Oh, it exists. Okay. Or actually, I do think that by the nature of this, you do. I think Caytha, you. Oh, I closed the tracker on myself. Caytha, you realize what's going on because of the such huge distance between your initiative and the other initiative, because they're rolling stealth, and you're rolling perception. I don't want to use my camera. Thank you. You realize early on that you are in the middle of being ambushed. There are guys hiding in the river, and there are guys hiding in the trees. You know they are there, but you do not have eyes on them. But you know, like over here and up here, you definitely can tell you're being watched. So you'd have to at least use an action to roll perception, but I'm going to say you guys are aware that you're now in a bad situation.
Okay. So, okay, I will say that she probably has her crossbow out because
Mhm.
everyone else seems to have ranged weaponry. So, crossbow out and loaded. Yeah, my first action will be to seek. I'll be seeking this direction. Or, no, I'll be seeking this direction because that guy seemed closer.
Okay.
So, to
Yeah,
the
go ahead and
east.
roll perception for that. Yes, you know there are two figures in the water there, or one of them's in the bushes where you clicked on, but there is a second one in the water.
Okay, so she's going to loose her crossbow at this close one.
All right. So the bushes are cover, but that's just one difference
That's
on their AC.
understandable. Good luck with her hitting, because it's not like she's actually good with ranged weapons.
Yeah.
So she's going to shout eyes on and then fire basically at that guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You fire right into the bush there. No traction. You have one more action.
She's swapping weapons and getting her sword out. And
Okay,
that's
you
it.
draw a sword. That's it. Raven's spell. You've now been alerted to the guys over there.
It's in the bush.
It's in the bush.
Guy
Do I
in the
need a
bush.
roll? Do I need a roll perception?
I think no, not after they've been pointed out to you. Like I think that's fine. Like Caytha did fire, and now you're looking in the correct direction. I think that's okay. So you can see the one in the bush, definitely. You don't have, there's a second one over there. You just don't have line of sight in it because they're like in the water. So if you wanted to move and fire on that one, you just have to be in a better spot.
No, I'll just fire the one in the bush.
All right, go for it. 17 misses because of the cover, but you get way closer.
I will reload and fire again.
Okay. Oh no, yeah, that one misses. I need to give hearts and initiative. They roll really poorly, which makes sense. Because it's a cart with meals on it. Oh, they actually go first, technically. But everyone's in the way, so that one can't move.
Oh.
Okay, so cart 2 can't go, then Caytha. Komarov, you are up.
Alright. So we'll channel elements. And let's they like the water. Let's see if I can hit them. So we'll do there we go. We'll do a 2 action blast for minimum damage. It'll just be cold damage.
On the one still in the bushes?
Yeah.
Definitely hits. But so you hear a cry out, and it's like not it. I think there's a tonal difference between like something that has language that you all understand, and this is a very just guttural cry.
Mm.
Yeah, like it's a gargle a little bit. So that's 3 actions from you, channel, and then fire.
The firing is part of channeling.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm a little afraid of what will happen to Magnus if they get close. So we'll move up there. That's my turn.
Okay. Move to Tivin.
Oh no, they're so far away from me.
Yeah, didn't really have an action to explain that she also noticed some there.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I think
Tivin, you're
what you
surrounded. Those are just the ones that have been spotted.
Sorry about that. I was trying to look at my spell and it casted it.
All right. Okay. Then. Yeah, I don't want to meta, but also it would behoove Tivin to wait and see and get set up. So I think Everstand stance and raising his shield. What other action can I do?
Yeah,
I do
Brian,
believe
you've got a
there-
hot mic. Thank you.
I do think you can seek in a area around you instead of a cone.
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me do.
Yeah, it's just a shorter area is all.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. So I think my first action will be Everstand stance. So
Uh-huh.
he, puts the shield in both hands, and then he raises it. And then his third action will be seek or whatever it is, perceive to see if he can't
Yeah.
see what's around him. So
Yeah,
he's not
go
very
ahead and
good
roll
at
that. Perception.
it. Who knows? Gives me something to do with my third action. Where you are, there you are. Well, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but
It's
it
not
is
good
a
against stealth.
little, just barely.
God damn it!
Just
When can I get tremor sense as a dwarf?
I think it's like 12.
No, I think it's 13, and
Is it
it wouldn't
13?
work if they're in the trees either. So,
Yeah, that's totally fair.
but yeah,
Okay. Tivin turtles up, and then what is Tivin's AC with the shield up?
21.
21. Okay. Unfortunate. Or actually, this is rather fortunate for this ability. So it gets a natural 20.
Okay.
Critical hit. There's one up in the trees over here. And it's firing a blow dart gun at you. Go ahead and make a fortitude save. This is poison. I don't know if you have resistance to
Well,
poison or anything.
I'm going to shield block.
And how much damage does it block?
Okay, so it's my shield hardness +2. So right now my hardness is 8, so it blocks 8 damage.
Okay.
And then I also have mitigate harm, so I take less damage from critical attacks. I also have slashing's not going to matter because it's a piercing attack. So
yeah. So read mitigate harm verbatim for me, because that?
It's got to be. They have to be a target of my taunt.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't see it to taunt it, so I can't do that. It would reduce resistance to 2 plus half my level if they were my taunt.
Yeah, okay. You get really lucky, and on the critical sneak attack, I roll minimum, so that means you take no damage. It does not surpass hardness. Because blow dart guns only do 1 damage, so you would have taken 4 total, which doesn't. There was a world where you still had to make that check. So you block the blow dart gun. You don't need to make an attack with that, or a save with that.
Right.
And now
if
it is no longer
damage,
hidden.
I don't have to make the save, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
No, yeah, like so you reflexively put your shield up, and just this little dart clinks off of it, and you hear sort of like a grunt. And then I guess that one will continue. So that one will actually just move to within reach, and it's just gonna try to hit you. Yeah, with its tail.
Do I? Oh, never mind. I already used my reaction. I also have
Natural one on the tail.
Oh yeah, I have intercept or reactive strike, but I already used my reaction. Awesome.
So your AC is 21.
Yep.
All right, another one appears out of the tree above you and misses.
Okay.
So you don't get sneak attacked at all, but it's got one more action.
I love you so much.
And that one will miss. Um,
It's like hitting. So I'm going. This makes me so happy. I want to post it
Mhm.
because that's. Oh, well, it's not. Come on, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they're flanking me as one action, I get to hit them both. This is going to be so much fun. Thank you.
oh my gosh. um,
Oh,
I just rolled 4 natural ones in a row.
Hey, now you know how we feel with roll 20.
yeah, yeah. Jesus.
Okay.
Also, I love you, Casey, for reminding me how awesome shields are.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Komarov.
I
this
wanted a
one
shield for Caytha, but it doesn't fit her character.
That's fine. I'll be your shield, Caytha.
Komarov, this one bites the shit out of you. Does a, or rather, what's your AC? This definitely hits, but
16.
16. Yeah, so it's not it. That one is a critical hit, actually. It's a 26 total. That's why I asked. Um, but you were aware of this one, so it doesn't get sneak attack on you. So you take 6, 7, 11 piercing damage from that one, and then for its last action, it'll try with the tail. And that one will be not a critical hit, but it's still a 19 on the die. Oh, I don't have a D4 out. Yeah, it just whaps you with its tail for this last one. For 6 bludgeoning damage on that one. So it bites you and then hits you with its tail hard. The one above that Caytha and Ravenspell were shooting at stays in the bushes and just misses with the blow dart gun. Just reloading it, missing. We move to cart 1. It really can't move. So Ukini and Itoke are going to just take crossbow shots on the guys above Tivin so they can try to clear the way out. They're both going to take 2 shots. What is your bonus to attack? That will hit. That one will not hit. Cool. That will crit. And that will miss. Okay. So they take 6, 11. So the one above Tivin takes 15 damage. As it just gets pelted with crossbow bolts from the guards in that front carriage. Carriage is wrong. Cart. Wagon. It's a wagon. And then we move to Magnus. So they start calling out, just like calling out targets, and then everyone in the front cart fires on that top guy. Magnus, you are up. You've got the guy over, still sort of in the river in the bushes, and then a guy still in the bushes, but he just didn't take the action to hide again, right across from you, sort of just hanging on to Komarov a little bit.
They do look at least somewhat kind of like humanoidish.
Yeah, these are now that this thing's close enough, you can see that this is a feral Varst.
Okay. I'm gonna target the one that's closest to me. That's like next to the horses on the cart.
Yeah.
With this.
With scramble body.
Yeah. So it's a DC 16 Fortitude save.
Mm-hmm.
If he fails, he's sickened 1. If he crit fails, he's sickened 2 and slowed 1 as long as he's sickened.
And your save is a 16, so that is a normal fail. He's sickened 1.
All right. And then I will. Let's see.
Little
Do I
token
have
there.
Good one. Since I don't have anything nearby me, I'm just gonna cast shield.
Okay. Then on to cart 2 at the top. This one's got Katya on it. She's gonna fire at this guy close up. She takes a penalty because she's the one with the longbow. Oh, come on. Where's your numbers? There we go. She misses that first shot. And the second shot. How unfortunate. Okay. And then Todd will take 2 crossbow shots. Hit. Crit. Wow. Good shit, guys. 15, 16. So that guy takes 16 damage from the crossbow bolts. Is still up, but looks really bad. Caytha.
How high up in a tree is this one?
That one is that one's level with you. He's just in the bushes. Those are just bushes lining the river. The trees, there are trees in front of him, but he's just in the bushes. The one
Okay.
next to Tivin moved down from the trees and is now on ground level. So they're all currently on ground level.
Okay, in that case, Caytha will go here
Mhm.
and take a swipe with her sword.
Strong hit, not a crit. For 8.
Damn it. Shove requires a free hand, doesn't it?
I believe so. Or a weapon that has
or
the
a
shove.
weapon or something with the shove trait. Yeah.
And hers doesn't.
Do you have? Is your weapon two-handed?
Yeah. Well, she's using it two-handed. That's why it's a D12.
Yeah, bastard sword.
No, that's fair. It'd be what, one action to let go to shove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
Needs to be
moved, so that's already 2.
interact the weapon weirdness, but yeah.
Yeah, alright. Well, if that's
Don't
the
you have
case.
a tail with a shove trait?
That's the Vest soldier I was playing last night.
Oh, well. Varst, Vesk, whatever.
She could bite and have. Oh, she can't use the poison because that's an action.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
She wouldn't
just to
want
give
to
Casey
bite.
this information, you absolutely have enough movement to go into there, but now you're in rough terrain.
I figured. So.
Okay.
It probably would have been 5:15 to get there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm figuring, calculating it as. Up, like I said, yeah, she'll just take another swing with her sword.
16 misses, but only just.
Okay, well, that's all she's got.
All right. We move on to Cormo Ravenspell.
Fred, are
Fred?
you muted?
Yes, I muted myself. I'm gonna move to there, and while I'm moving there, I'm gonna swap weapons to my short sword.
Okay, so you've got 1 action left.
And
25
that's
definitely hits. And that one, having already been taken, actually with, oh no, no.
he took 16 damage with a crossbow bolt, I thought,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, no, that one dies. So that one's got some crossbow bolts like fully in its neck, and then you come over and just get under the ribs, finish it off. So that's move, trade weapons, and then just a
That's all
solid
three.
stab. Yeah.
That's all 3. Was that a critical hit or no?
No, not quite. Yeah, you're
16
looking at
misses, so it's at least
you're looking at a 17.
17 is what I was thinking, but
I was trying to figure out what I actually rolled. Okay,
an
that's it.
18.
An 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one was thickened, so you were really close. And then we move to Komarov.
Do this before my cat drives me crazy. He's very needy right now. Let's see if we'll go. What do we want? Well, it looks like we'll move here. And then we'll attack this one. 2-action Earth Blast.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah, that's the breaks. Really nice damage, really bad attack.
Yep. Yeah, you come up and it just sort of bounces off of the rock because that's like up the hill a little bit, and I think you just don't compensate enough for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You're like
looking at them,
anticipating more of an arc, and you just go way too hard straight over its head.
honestly, I
Thought they
think
were
that would be
taller.
downhill. Just from the way the river's flowing.
Oh, you know
We're
that's
coming down.
fair. See, I pictured the you going up this first one and then down the next bend. Like this is just a little raise.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
That's 3 actions from Komarov. Tivin.
All right.
Uh,
First thing we're gonna do. Okay, so this was the guy that was hit.
No, the guy above you is the one that's hurt. The guy below you is clean, no hits.
Oh, okay. You're
Yeah, they were
yeah,
trying to make room so
you're
they can
using
just.
3D words, and my brain is going, huh? Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
This guy was the one that was struck, and then this guy has not been hit yet. Okay.
yeah.
So my first action is going to be to taunt this guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he has to make a
Will.
will save versus my class DC, which I haven't the foggiest idea what it is. I know I have it written down. My brain is going, what? My class DC.
Probably a 16.
It is a 16. Thank you.
He gets a 12.
Okay.
Fail.
So what does that say then? Failure as success penalty is -2 to hit anybody who isn't me.
Okay.
Which is fine, but it just allows me to use other things like
Yeah.
mitigate. And then my second action is going to be ever stand strike against him.
Mhm.
So this is a normal attack with my shield, and if it hits, I auto raise, which
That hits.
looks like it did. Nice.
Absolutely hits, and that actually kills that guy.
Yay! Aww.
Oh, did.
I wanted to do the third action to be the reversal.
Yeah, the reversal, but
Aw.
killing
I mean,
him.
you cleared him. Now you don't need to do it.
Oh, I know, that's fine. Well, but now I wasted that. I should have taunted the first guy. Oh well. I raised my shield, so that's good. Saved an action, and then let's just Everstand smash. It's not. It's just because I have the Everstand stance. I do the extra damage. Actually, was that a D8? 1d6 plus 4. No, that's. Oh, I rolled the wrong one damage wise. It doesn't matter. So this will be a map attack, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll use the actual correct damage on this one. Oh, I didn't. It's stupid. Here,
13
There's the
does
hit.
win.
hold on. So that's the hit with map.
Yeah.
And then the first damage will be the actual.
Yeah, so you miss that one with that 13.
Oh, that was. Oh, Yep. Never mind.
Yeah, that's just the attack. That's not the damage.
No, there's so many buttons on my character sheet. Yeah, I missed. That's fine.
So last action misses that one, and now it doesn't have a little flank buddy. How good are you at other stuff, dude? Not very. Not very.
Yeah, I was like, how good did you make him?
You can always run away.
You can always run away. This one's not hurt though. The other one was absolutely gonna bail. It had like 3 hit points.
I have
this one,
reaction
however,
strike. You can run away.
is just going to shove you. or is going to attempt to.
Okay.
So what's your fort DC? It doesn't know this, but
No, I know. Also, I'm unburdened iron rock dwarf,
Yeah.
so it's this plus
No.
2.
Mhm.
What's fortitude?
Yep.
Right, 6. So 16, 18 is the DC.
18. Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't know that this is going to be hard. And it gets a natural 1. It falls prone.
Yeah.
It fully falls prone and has to use a second action to stand.
And then I get to
Okay.
hit him with reactive
And
strike.
then you get to hit him because you have reactive strike.
Okay, so this is the full map, actual correct. I'm
There's
still
no
in
map on
understand.
this.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know. I
this
just
would be-
saying full. Yeah, this is
Or full bonus, no map.
Full
number
bonus.
1, not number
Yeah.
2, and I
Yes.
don't have to do it. Okay, so I just do that.
That hits. You do 7 damage to it.
Smash.
Just bonk it on the head so hard, bash it, and then it's gonna. I guess it'll just try to bite you. No, it'll do the tail. That's better to hit for this one. Miss. Okay, this one flails ineffectively against Tiven. The other one here.
This is beautiful, and I can't wait till higher levels when I get to geoblock for free.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This one is going to attempt to bite Caytha. What's your AC?
18.
18. Oh no. This doesn't even count against you specifically. That does hit. Now, I don't think this is. There's a little bit of meta knowledge, but I don't know if Caytha would necessarily know this. You are. You're not a feral Varst, and they are moving really weird, but your body type is similar to them, so you read their body language a lot easier than everyone else was. If you were not a Varst, because you're in the roughage, like they live in it, they're not taking any disadvantages from being in the rough terrain, in the bushes, in the trees. They can swim. You know, these guys like live out in this hard jungle. You are not off guard, even though everyone else in the bushes would be, just because you have a better sense of how they're going to fight you, because you have all of the same body types and you've lived in the jungle. So it is still just a normal hit with no sneak attack. I was banking on at least somebody. That's why I wanted to shove Tiven into the bushes so it would get sneak attack. But normal hit. From this one, you take 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then actually, it's going to try and shove you next. This is with the map. What's your fort DC?
16.
16. That shoves you back 5 feet. And then it bails into the water. 10, 20. And it goes up onto the road over here. So it goes out away from you after shoving you, and then you hear a whistling sound.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, coming from that same one. Cart 1, they are going to order the horses to really, really struggle. Not horses, mules. Really, really up here. So they were already moving a little slow. So they just sort of have to go around Tiven. Like really painstakingly, they just sort of like go, go, go. And they moving at half speed.
Yeah.
One action up here. And the feral Varst doesn't seem to have an attack of opportunity. It's not holding a weapon. So the guy driving gets them there, and the other guy, Itoke, is going to take another shot. He has to reload, then fire, then reload again. That's the stagger he's on. So he'll take one shot. That is a hit for 7 against this guy below Tiven. Another 7 from him. Just solid shot right in the shoulder. That's them. We go back to Magnus. So you hear a whistling sound. You know the other one bailed into the river, swam away. I don't think you have line of sight on it. That's a lot of bushes between you and it, but you know where it went, and you know that Tivin's fighting up the hill.
Okay, yeah, and like I said, that rock's probably blocking my way to seeing that other guy, correct?
Yeah, the rock is on the way, but if you get up to under where Komarov is, then you'd have a line of sight. They just still have the standard cover for being like in the tree line. From ranged. I'm not giving that penalty to Tivin because he's right there.
All right, let's see here. I gotta click that off. I got the measure on me, not the move.
Yeah, I always have the wrong tool selected.
And
If anybody asks, Timon's like, I got this. I'm good.
I need to roll something just to get the die. And it lands right in the same spot.
Yep.
all right, I'll do that for one stride. And then
Okay. Never
the guy
mind.
next to Tivin. What do we want to do to him?
Turn his world upside down. That's what you want to do.
He's not happy.
No, he's not happy.
Actually, you know what? I am actually going to face to base him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no penalty. That hits.
Holy
16.
crap.
What does it look like when you cast this spell? Like, is it classy?
Well,
Is it
ignition's just like the
brutal?
little like fire, like it's like a
Uh-huh.
small fire. So I'm thinking like my hands are on fire and I just like grab onto him.
Oh,
You
jeez.
grab onto him and like the very little like they're totally like nude, but they have like adornments on them, like little leather and like teeth, and like they have like you know to differentiate each other, maybe even to show like status. You light all of those up and it starts to scream and thrash away from you, but you keep your grasp on it, and that one is now also killed.
And that's my 3.
All right. So this other cart, these mules are going to 5. Are they the right size? Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then they actually can't get far enough. They basically have to stay there. Caytha, this one ran away from you, and I think Casey understands what the whistling means. Is that the whole trail here might be just. You guys got 4 critical fails on the survival. This place is haunted with feral Varst.
Yeah, Caytha forces her way through the bushes up there for one move.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to take a swing at it with her sword.
Okay. 22.
Riley, are you kidding?
It is so hurt, still standing, just cut up all the hell, and it's like just teeth bared at you.
Oh, the feeling is very mutual with Caytha.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, don't want to deal with.
Just
Hello,
this-
Roll20. Could you stop making sure one always rolls garbage?
just this feral struggle between you and the bushes here. We move to Ravenspell. What do you got going on?
I'm gonna move one over, swap weapons, and
Okay.
reload
Oh yeah, that's
and
line of sight.
reload
Yeah.
and reload my crossbow.
Okay. So you get ready. You take. You start to aim. Komarov.
Alright, tell me about this rock. How do I get up on it?
So this rock. So there is the crease there. I'm gonna say it's a 14 to climb, and then just the standard climbing rules. It's like, what is it, a third of your speed? So you'd be going up to get on that first one that you're like base to. I think is 10 feet up from where you are, and then 5 feet up from where Tivin is. So it's just like a little slope that goes up right there.
Yeah, I think it's an athletic check determines how fast you can climb.
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah, so I think with a
Change it to-
24, you get all the way up. Otherwise, you have to do 2 moves. And I'll say if you get on top of that one, you can see over the one next to it, but not the one above that one. That one's bigger.
Mm,
Okay.
So if
So
you got
he
up there, you
here,
would
he
have
can
line of
target
sight.
maybe
Yeah.
with soft cover. Okay.
Alright, so. Hmm,
Yeah, so you'd need 2 successes or a crit to get up there.
we're a lot more speed. Okay. So. I'll try again. Oof.
I think that means you fall down. Does that mean you fall down? It's been
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. You fall. I don't
If
know.
you have, I'm gonna
Yeah, just look up, climb.
pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I only went up 5 feet, so it's not doing anything. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, critical
Yeah, I
failure,
think
you fall.
waste your action, basically.
Critical failure, you fall. If you began the climb on stable ground, you fall and land prone.
Oh no, so you fell.
So if you had succeeded and then critically failed, you'd still not be prone. You'd land on your feet.
What do you say?
Or no, that's not true because if you take fall damage and don't have cat fall, then you still fall prone. There you go. So you get up, climbing into that. You climb right into the little crevice there. You climb into that.
I'm
Stable,
right
sort of.
Kevin's like, next time, just. Oh no, you didn't fail because of hero point. I was like, next time, ask permission, but no.
there.
Yeah. Komarov starts to really lose his footing, and then I think there is your affinity to the stone is like your hand sinks in just enough to like there's no handhold there, and you just like make one. Like just the littlest shaping of stone.
Mhm,
Pull yourself up.
mhm. And then I can see that guy from there.
You can see him from where you are, but you're not stable yet. You need to go up one more square.
Okay.
But if you don't need both hands, then you can absolutely make an attack.
Yeah. I have. Uh,
Well, this makes you off guard, right?
I have
Yeah, you'd
combat
be off
climber,
guard.
so I have a hand free.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're solid. You can see him from there. You're just sort of hanging. Again, like one hand sort of sunken into the stone, just hanging there.
Stone
Look,
God, lend me your strength.
okay.
And then he pulls a piece of stone out and throws it at him.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just huck a rock at him.
Yep.
That does kill this guy here.
That's amazing.
And then, do you have one more action?
No, I'm stuck here.
Okay. Yeah, you're hanging to that rock there. You just sort of peg this dude in the head with one rock. He's like grappling a little bit with Caytha, like sword between them, trying to bite down, and then just a rock just sort of casually falls, just a little arc, pops him on the head, size of like a billiard ball, and then just the light leaves its eyes on. Okay, then we are to Tivin.
Um,
So you don't have line of sight on anything, but the carts are like, let's get through here, and you did hear it call out like there might be more around, but they have not revealed themselves, or you're too far away.
okay. I think just marching up and keeping. So yeah, let's. If I stay on the trail, it's not difficult terrain, right?
That is true.
All right. So I think I'll stay. Oh, actually, is it an action? Christ, I got all these things. The problem with being a guardian and a fighter is I have like 19 reactions and 14 feats already.
Yeah, so just so much like I've got so many things that change little niche situations.
Well, I know I have like eventually I'm planning on doing like the bodyguard feat line, which I don't think I've started. Which would behoove me to stay with Magnus, but I'm gonna be like, come with me. So yeah, let's do what we did in the first round. I'm gonna move. I will raise my shield, and then since I can't see anything, let's perceive my surrounding. Even if I don't see anything, whatever. But
Yeah, you're doing the thing.
yeah,
Oh, the 16, there is nothing around you and the cart up here on this like raised ridge.
okay.
So like you and the cart there are clear for now.
All right, good. That's all 3 actions.
Okay, perfect. These guys. Whistle. It's gonna move. It's gonna roll. What is Caytha's perception DC?
16.
I was only,
16.
oh,
Okay, cool.
okay. 4. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now they're just beefing it up over here. What's your AC? This might, maybe? I don't know.
18.
18. No, miss.
16
Total
if.
miss. Yeah, if
Okay.
you're off guard, it's 16. Total miss. So you hear a clink off the top of your armor, and there's a guy like sort of under, like just barely
Okay.
out of the water, like blow dart gun right above that like little log that you would have to, and just you're looking at this, that log would slow. That's greater difficult terrain for the cart.
Yeah.
Like getting over that is going to be rough if you don't clear out these things. Like, you know, if you're being careful, you guys can help out. The river is moving enough that it would be hard to swim in, but it looks like these guys don't have a problem with that. Caytha doesn't have a swim speed.
Nope. She's
Okay.
not that kind of Varst.
Yeah. I had figured, but I wanted to double check. So this is a like moving river. Oh, I may have. Yeah, I think you can interpret it either way. But yeah, the direction of the river, the way I saw this, is that it's moving south, not north. But now that I'm looking at the map again, maybe that's wrong.
Yeah, because to me, this waterfall is. This is the top.
Yeah,
That's the bottom.
no, yeah, I was looking at the ridge here, and I think it's a little more ambiguous. But looking at the water, I think it's it's
It's very
definitely
clear.
flowing. It's flowing north. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone in the river would have to deal with that if you didn't have a swim speed, but it's not like insane. It would just be like drag you 10 feet. But you'd be off guard. You might fall prone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy fires a blow dart at you and misses. He sneaks up to that area. He loads his blow dart gun again. And then nobody else reveals themselves at this time.
Okay.
Cart 1 is going to 10, 15. They get just to this area here, starting to go down this little ridge here, and now they can see that guy. So that means Itoke is going to take a shot on him. He can fire twice this round. That another crit. I'm rolling really hot on just these shit guards, but then like really bad on the actual enemies. That guy takes 14 damage from crossbow bolts, just hitting him. Okay. That's all of their turn. Magnus, you know the guys call out like, "Oh, there's another one."
All right. Well, just keep pushing through. So let's see, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. I still can't see that guy yet.
No.
So
The good news is Raven Spell can.
Yeah. Oh, I could have had him hide in the water again.
You could have.
I will just double move there and cast shield.
Okay. Perfect. So now this cart has some room. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10. So this one gets about where the other cart was, just above where Tivin was. They go around you really hard. They don't have line of sight on him, so they're both just going to reload their, or I guess one of them is going to reload their crossbow, and the other one has a longbow. She just doesn't have line of sight. Oh, she'll ready in action if someone comes within sight. Then Caytha.
Okay. So 5, 10. Would that be 20 or 15 to get there?
Yeah, that one's a weird one. We'll call that 15.
Okay.
Yeah, you step into the road, it's fine.
And is that guy within reach?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like a little low, but like definitely within reach.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll stab at him with the sword.
Oh man. Roll 20 giveth and roll 20 taketh away.
It's mostly
Yeah.
taken away, in all honesty.
Mostly.
Too bad you can't switch dice.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I
You
can
gotta
do
tickle the
this.
noise.
So, we'll use that hero point and just try the roll the 20-sided again.
That one does hit.
Nice.
All right, so it takes 12 slashing.
All right, that one is still up, but
Okay.
looks very, very hurt.
So I will take my second attack on him.
Alrighty. That one will miss.
Oh, god damn it. It was an 18. Cheating thing. You watched it roll from the 18 back to the 5. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
It's because it hit the wall of an invisible
Yeah, okay.
screen.
No, it's because Roll20 can't do 2 good rolls in a row for anybody.
That's
Can't.
that is very
It will not.
True. That is very true.
It's totally random, guys. I've never seen it roll 2 8. I've seen it roll 3 1s in a row.
That's
Never.
why That's why Justin rolls at home.
Yeah. I've never seen it roll 2 18s in a row.
All right, we are back to Cormo Ravenspell.
Okay. Since I could see it, too bad there's not an aim action.
For what?
I think there are feats that give you an aim action.
I don't. Yeah,
I
well,
don't. What would aim do?
give me a
steady
+1.
aim. Yeah,
Plus
steady
all the
aim.
hit.
Also,
Yeah, I think there's feats to
circumstance
like
bonuses.
cover and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I will shoot at it.
12 misses.
And reload and shoot again. Hey, I think I hit a bird.
Yeah.
He's right. He's going right at him, and a bird intercepts the arrow bolt. Like, what the?
Dead.
A bird was flying down to get like a fish. Just get, bam, shot. Like that baseball player that hit 2 birds.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Exploded
poof.
a bird with a fastball.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Randy Johnson, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like second fastest fastball of all time, and he exploded a bird.
And did it only it? I think it's only happened to him, but it happened to him twice. Like
Over
the
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
like a 10-year
statistical anomalous of that is insane. All right, you
Said,
fired 2
I had a
bolts.
nickel bird time to explode the bird with a fastball. Be weird if it happened twice.
Yeah, just 2, but like, damn.
Yeah, it happened during a World Series too.
All right,
How did the
Komarov,
ref call that?
I don't know. I
Because
don't
it's
You know
like,
remember.
what? I'm gonna Google that.
It's such a strange
yeah, it
situation.
is.
You're
It's like,
is that interference?
well, it is interference, but it's like unintentional. It's like, well, the bird did get in the way.
Let's see.
Oh,
Uh,
it was considered a no pitch,
okay.
and it was the
Okay.
first. So he's only done it once in a game. The first time he did it in 2001 was at a spring training game, so it wasn't an official game.
Okay.
Oh, that's so funny. That's incredible. Yeah, it was considered it was a there was no rule for it, so they called it a no pitch. So he got to do it again. That's amazing. That's amazing.
There's video of it too, and you just watch
yeah.
that bird poof. It's
Yeah.
just feathers, and I don't even.
It was a dove, white. It was a white dove, and it exploded.
Should not be laughing.
Listen, when my
Did they
cats do
find the
stupid shit,
rest
I
of the
laugh at them
bird?
too. That's incredible.
I mean, he killed them both.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could throw that ball like, what is it, 90?
No, it was
Over
101.
100.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He's got the second fastest fastball. Nolan Ryan 104, Randy Johnson 101. His average is 95.
Jeez.
That's faster than most people's tennis serve.
Yeah.
That's
Incredible.
faster
insane,
than
actually.
people driving cars.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Some
Um,
people, not all.
No, yeah. Some people ride that hard. Komarov, what's up?
And PETA went after him, by the way.
Just
He was
going
Oh, really?
back climbing.
PETA sued him.
That's insane. What?
I mean, they can go right ahead. I think the judge is
Yeah,
going to
well,
be
anybody
like,
can sue anybody
no
for it.
reasonable person is going to give this to you. Get out.
Yeah, for real.
That's so funny. He was sued by PETA for cruelty to animals.
I'm sure the judge probably looked and said, that animal didn't suffer.
My God, right? What was the
He
last
didn't
thing? You
suffer,
got?
and it's not like he did it on purpose.
No, here's the joke. What's the last thing that goes through a bug's mind when it hits the windshield?
It's ass.
Yeah, it's ass.
Asshole. Yeah. Like, oh no. Yeah, he was sued, and it looks like he settled for a what's it called?
A public
Charity.
apology? Oh yeah.
No.
Charity.
He settled. He paid money to a charity instead of PETA.
That I can
It
that's fine.
was what's the bird? Starts with an A or something. The bird.
Avian?
sanctuary? Avian something club. Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, no, that's fine.
That's so funny.
It's fun. It is. It is funny. Okay, we better get back to this battle.
Yeah, you
Anyways,
get up on top of that rock.
And so I know, do I have all this to work from, or
No, I think from there, you're on a ridge that you can get like over here without climbing.
okay? And then
So you can
I got
like
all-
sidle around that one. So basically, you move from climbing to balancing because you're like not on shore footing now.
Okay. And then from up there, we'll just. Well, I can't get away from the penalty, so these aren't the sweet spot of my range. Yeah, we'll miss. That's okay. These are to
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, you miss on that one. He's like right up against that log.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to Tivin.
all right. Oh dang it, got my way.
You can go through them. They just went through you.
Well, the
It's
problem
fine.
is I only have 15 movement speed.
Oh.
But I think I'll keep it. So I'll double move to there and raise shield
Okay.
just to keep it consistent.
Yeah, you're sticking with those guys.
Yeah.
Scout.
Well, just I love the mentality behind like Caytha and Cormo and everybody just like breaking away and doing their own thing, and Tivon's like, "We never break lines, guys.
Yeah, Taven is like, why would we do that?
Guys are shitty dwarves." And they're like, "We're not dwarves." Like, ah, you keep reminding me.
It's so hard not to think in these terms.
Also,
Um,
I think I'm gonna have to go after this combat.
Okay.
Or as close to 3 as possible, just to get a little bit of. I gotta. I'm lightheaded.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a third action to perceive. So, but I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go around 3 o'clock too.
Okay, so
Okay.
it sounds like we're gonna have to cut it up 3.
Okay.
That's fine.
We'll make do.
That'll be okay. We'll get that. That means we'll end about when we would get to the next thing. Anyway,
The next
so
rolling
instead of getting
combat.
half, yeah, basically where you guys have been like, that's where all the shady stuff happens. We'll end as you get within line of sight of that. Okay, so these last two each use an action to sneak up. They rolled like 29s on their stealth. And then this one gets a 20. The north one gets a 23 to fire a blow dart gun at Magnus. What's your AC? I believe you have a shield up.
Yeah.
Does she get her ready to tack off? Or was she back
She's
here?
She
yeah,
can't
she's
see.
in the back there. Yeah, so the
it
trees are
is
in the way.
a
of the line of
17
sight.
currently.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you got a 22. So that one will go off. You take 1 piercing damage.
Oh, I will
4.
use my reaction to use my shield to shield block.
What? How much do you block on that? Because the sneak attack makes it 5 total.
Let's see here. Oh, I don't think I actually put the
Hold on.
details in there. So give me a second to pull up the
Shield.
spell.
That's all right.
It is shield block hardness 5.
5. Okay, you don't get poison.
I
God, they're
think
never gonna poison anyone.
Well, I think it might be 10. I don't know if it's heightened +2 yet. Because it's the
No,
cantrip
not yet.
auto heightened,
No,
right?
not yet. Next level. Next
Yeah,
level.
next
It'll
level.
be 15 or 10. Yeah.
Is that
So
5? It goes up.
5 damage. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
don't remember when
Barely.
cantrips go up. Wouldn't it go? Oh no, you're right. So it would be 5 is 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, they're all listed.
This is why I don't play spellcasters, because I don't understand the fucking half math.
But then it's going to take. Oh, it used an action. It will. You know what? It's going to just roll to hide again. There are plenty of people that can see it. And does anyone have a DC higher than 16?
No.
No.
I think Caytha has the highest.
Yeah,
Or
she's
maybe
got a
the
16.
Raven spell might.
You guys can definitely see it. It just is back there now. It's just a little deeper in the woods. You absolutely have line of sight. It's still totally
My
visible.
DC is 16.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you and Caytha both have 16, and everybody else is lower.
This one here, the one next to Caytha is going to go last because it's just about dead. The one to the east of that, though, here's the attack roll on the fucking 14. These guys are never going to poison anyone. That one does successfully break line of sight, though. So that's where it was last time you saw it, but it successfully breaks line of sight. So it moves
Okay.
and is hiding in those trees. Definitely, open air are all around that. It's in there somewhere, and you know where it was last, but you don't see it anymore. So that one successfully hides from everyone. And then the one next to Caytha is going to attempt to shove you because what else can it do? Natural 20.
Well,
It shoves you back this far.
Okay.
And then it is going to second action because it had loaded its blow dart gun, fire its blow dart gun. With a 17.
18, because I'm
Duh.
not off guard.
Yeah, no,
So
you're
it
not off
plinks
guard.
right off the metal again.
Yep. 10, 15. It swims over here just to get stuck between it and you. It just sort of lets itself be pulled down the river. Cart 1. There's not enough space for it to really move forward. So they're both just going to ready actions. If anyone gets in clean line of sight, they'll take an attack on it. And then it's Magnus, and then Cart 2 is going to have to do the same thing after Magnus.
All right. So I can see the guy swimming. But the other two are hitting again, correct?
The one
This guy is
up
not.
here actually is not hidden. He tried to hide, but he failed really bad. So he just moved
Okay.
back a square.
Okay. So
So you can see
then-
both of the two guys. But then the one farthest down is hidden properly.
Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna do the one that got a blow dart at me.
Uh-huh.
So the first thing I'm gonna do, let me see if I have anything correct here. I guess I would use society to attempt to identify them,
Okay.
or to recall knowledge on them.
Yeah. Absolutely. This is a feral Varst. They're dangerous because they're smart, but they're not socialized.
Is that a normal success or a crit success?
This would be for this guy. Oh, this is a crit success.
Okay, so then all my spells. Well, he's off guard to me for a minute.
For a whole minute, regardless of that's. I love
Yeah,
mastermind.
let me double check. Let me reread my mastermind thing, but I'm pretty sure if I crit succeed on a recall knowledge,
I do think that's
he
true.
is off guard for a minute.
Yeah.
You crit succeed off guard for your attacks for 1 minute.
Yeah.
This is why
Really?
Demetrius took Mastermind for Brian's campaign because it's just so good.
Oh, the
I love
Bloodlord.
And at level 4, I took Arcane Trickster, so now I
Yeah.
sneak attack
Good.
with spells.
Bells. Oh, that's awesome.
It's one of my favorites. I love that. I'm so glad somebody played that. It's so fun.
So let's see if I can get him to burn.
Oh.
No.
9.
Hero point.
Yeah,
You want to use your hero
I,
point?
that might be worth it.
I haven't used my
Not
hero
the
point,
greatest,
so let's
so-
go ahead and do that.
Oh,
Dang,
no.
still a 12. But it is a 12 off guard.
They're just they're a little better than that.
Uh,
Unfortunate. So close. But yeah, you've got this guy figured out though. Like you're watching his movements and stuff, but he's still just like it's the trees. They're just in the way. So Cart 2 can't move ahead. Ready actions. They both do. Caytha. You've got the one in the trees. You've got the one that had been firing blow darts at you, and then you've got the one that's really injured, just floating downriver.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a spell and hit the one in the river.
Okay.
And basically, I'm using the metal off of my sword for this. So
Yeah.
really, are you kidding?
This guy's gonna get away with 1 hit point.
Wow, and I don't have a hero point. Screw you, roll 20.
I'd give you mine if I could.
I know.
You got 1
It's
action
utter
left.
BS. I can roll under 5 constantly. Yeah, I noticed.
Constantly.
But it's almost impossible to get above a 10. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot. So Caytha will move.
They are on a ridge. They can see that guy.
Caytha will basically just move there. She's done. So
Okay.
go ahead and give them their attacks because they can see.
Yeah. So miss. Miss.
Wow.
Ready actions go off. They miss. I rolled a 2 and a 4. Really bad stuff over here. Okay. Raven spell.
He's
You
within range.
Can I see
you
them?
can see that guy.
Okay.
And I think a crossbow has it's either 60 or 80.
I want to say 80.
I think it's 80.
Okay.
Heavy crossbow, I think. Yeah.
It's just a
Well,
crossbow.
crossbow.
Okay.
Rolls are going good.
He's gonna get away with
Hero
one.
boy!
With
Oh,
one.
It's 120 feet for a crossbow, so.
yeah,
Oh,
according
wow.
to his item, yep.
Hero
Wayne, you want
boy!
it?
Come on. We've had shitty rolls. It's gotta. There it
There we
is.
go.
I think the hero point is you miss, it hits the rock, the bolt breaks, and the metal end of it just plings off right into this guy's eye, and he's just taken so much damage already. You do another D8 to him though. Oh no, you haven't hunted this guy.
No.
So the 4 damage does kill it though.
I'm
Just
going.
barely.
Do I have to see the guy to do the hunt prey? I forgot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to be aware.
Yeah.
You can see this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
If
see
you
that
can target
one.
him, you can see him.
Yeah, you can do it from tracks. Otherwise, they need to be visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hunt prey this guy right there, and then reload my crossbow.
Okay. Awesome.
I
So
forgot
you've got
about
that
hunt
guy
prey.
in your sights, and then Komarov.
All right. We're going to. We'll shoot the one up here.
Go that far?
Oh yeah, I've got 100-foot range.
Oh, volley 30 feet. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah. That's
A
why.
16 misses by 1.
Yeah, it's okay. And then, what were you saying about getting down from there? So
You
it
can
was
either
easier.
you can either use acrobatics to just sort of sidle around the big rock. You can climb it, or you can just attempt to jump that far. But you wouldn't have a running start.
Yeah. Okay.
So it would be like an acrobatics 12.
Okay. Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can move around to the. Or I was saying you could get like all the way over here on this sort of like outcropping there, and then there you'd be stable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just had to balance and not fall over. So you get all the way over to where there's like a better place to stand. You're no longer balancing. You're just like if something shoved you, you would still fall 10 feet,
Mhm.
but like you're not precarious anymore.
Okay.
So you're 10 feet above Caytha.
Yeah.
All right. Tivin, you know there are 2 more guys. One of them's in the trees, and Magnus has got him like lined up.
I mean,
Oh, you mean
Tivin
the-
could see him.
What?
Tivin
I
could
don't
see
think I-
this guy. Yeah.
Tivin would.
the one down here.
Tivin would. No, not that one. Tivin
okay.
would be
That
able
one.
to see this guy if he got in front of where Magnus was.
Oh,
The
okay.
rock is just a little in the way.
Yeah. Well, the problem for me is Tibbin doesn't believe in ranged weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could taunt him. That's what I meant.
Oh, I can taunt it from here. Oh, that's
Yeah,
a good idea. That is a good idea. So yeah, my first action is going to be to taunt because I have distance. I can taunt anybody within 120 feet.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
Do they need to share a language with you? I think we've covered that, but it's been a while.
I have no idea. Let me just link it if I haven't already.
Okay.
Just to make. Actually, I don't think did I put the. No, even mindless creatures are drawn to your taunts.
Okay. Perfect.
So let me do that again, just so you have it for your proclivity.
Critical fail.
Okay, if I speak, so it's either visual or auditory, but it doesn't. It just means they have to see me or hear me. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean I have to share anything.
Yeah, absolutely. They can hear you.
Yeah. So he makes a will save against 16.
Yeah, critical fail. Awful. Bad
Nice.
stuff.
So it's a -3 for him to hit anybody who isn't me.
And you're like way over there.
Yeah. Can I? Would it be reasonable for me to be here?
I'm
Like
sorry,
next
where?
horse? Because Magnus is also kind of in where.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, so I will then move there and then raise shield as my third action.
Yeah, I imagine you're sort of just standing in front of the mule.
Yeah,
Or
to the side. I'm
Mhm.
small, so
Probably trying to stay out of its way and then let it move.
yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Thank you.
Load it. I'm not gonna meta and have it hide again. It believes it's hidden, especially because it didn't get hit. It's gonna attempt to shoot its blow dart gun at Magnus and miss terribly. So 1, and then I'll just try again with just the worst roll ever. It's there now. This one, you're just there, aren't you? Just a little out there. Okay. Sure. This one will move to here. Fire its blow dart gun. This one is a 25 to hit
Okay,
Caytha.
that hits.
Okay, you take 1 damage. Make a fortitude save.
Okay, let's remember. Is it under sharp tooth? Yeah, it is. So sharp tooth gives me a +1 save on that.
That is.
Fort, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so 11 total. Amazing
11
roll
is
20. You
11
suck
still,
always.
still is a fail. You take 3 poison damage. And then you are poisoned. But you don't critically fail, so you're at stage 1, which is just a D4 poison damage.
Yeah.
3, so you take 4 damage total.
Got it.
From that guy. So he moves, shoots, and then he'll load another. Yeah, he'll just load again. Cart 1 can now see both of these guys. They can't move meaningfully. No, they can go down the hill. So one person, they get 2 there, just sort of slide down the hill very precariously. And then the other guy is going to fire a crossbow at the southern guy because he's in the way. Natural 18 for not a crit. And then second one, 3. So they take 4 piercing damage from that. The other guy had to move the mules. And then we're back to Magnus.
All right. Just realized I had myself muted. All right. So I am going to actually make it so I can walk. Take that off.
Yeah.
What? Oh, there we go. Select. Okay. So I will move to there. And my hand will turn into a nice little claw.
Yeah. That is a hit, not a crit, is it? No, not quite.
Oh, and give me a
But
second.
you
I
get
need
your
to
sneak
roll
attack.
my D6 sneak
Yes,
attack.
you do. 2.
Still 16 damage without it being a crit's pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
16 's
and I
good.
think and 2 persistent bleed.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. This guy. Okay. Absolutely. This guy dies at the end of his next round. The 2 persistent bleed will kill him. He is still up, and he is like losing so much blood. Your hand transformed into this claw, and you just pull a chunk off of his neck. And he's just standing there swaying, like looking like just gonna
Getting more and more pale.
Yeah,
just bite you at the end.
he has the most Varst version of shocked Pikachu face you can imagine.
Yeah, no, just awful stuff. Second cart moves up to where Tivin is. Oh, they can now see because Gurley's got a longbow, so she'll fire at the guy on the natural 20. Oh, that's gonna wreck him because it's a longbow. So that's 2d8 and a d10. So that plus her 2, 4, 6, 9, 13.
Nice.
Could have been better, but they're not actually that hardcore. That guy also looks rather bad, but she'll just take a second shot. Fail. Oh, the other guy's got a crossbow. Miss. Hit. Oh no, that guy. Nope, that guy is driving the mules. He can't take a shot. Never mind. So they both have less than 3 hit points. Caytha.
Well,
This guy's got an arrow right in his right in the sternum, just
Yeah.
sticking out of his chest.
well, because she wants to leave room for the cart, she's just gonna try and needle darts him again. Oh,
Miss.
jeez.
No.
Were you going south or north?
South. This guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Clear the
absolutely.
path for the cart.
Absolutely, he dies. But go ahead and roll the damage to see.
Why did it
how-
not roll the damage?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Is your thing like not turned on?
Oh, it's not on. So okay.
Oh no.
I forgot to turn the damage on. Okay, we will just use dice to roll it. Because it's
Is it,
44.
Yep.
At this point, it's
Yeah.
44.
13. This guy, you hold your hand out and you rake it across this bastard sword, just pulling metal from it. Open your hand, just a shotgun blast of needles just fill this guy's torso. Just so full. And then they just sort of shoot back to your hand and into the sword, filling up any like weird little gaps in it. And just standing there like confused for a second and just slow collapse to the knees, falls into the river, gets pulled downstream. Dead, just so dead. And then Cormo.
I guess I'll shoot
Yeah, you
the.
can see that guy. And I think he's hunted.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
guy's
he's
the
hunt-
hunted.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, he's
and
hunted
you're in
prey.
range. Well within range.
That kills him. He had 2 hit points. You do exactly enough. Go ahead and roll the D8. See how hard you hit him.
He's
Yeah,
now
you
part of the
just-
tree.
Yeah, you nail him right to the tree.
Then I started running up the trails to catch up with everybody.
Yeah. So that's the last of the guys. Oh, Caytha, go ahead and make another fortitude save.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, you're no longer poisoned. You don't take any more damage. Yeah, so you're attacked by these savage Varst, these ferals, trying to roll through here. They roll just astoundingly bad. Caytha takes like a little bit of poison damage, but otherwise the thing that was gonna make them annoying, everyone just shields up all around, standing too far, going up on the terrain differently, and they just never get the chance to capitalize quite. Just some smart thinking from you guys. Everyone in the carts looks impressed, like nothing really has happened, and they're like, okay, you guys know your way around the jungle. Obviously, good survivalists. Now they've seen you like in a fight, and they were like, okay, that you guys are worth the money. Um, everyone is you have like the let's get over this shit bridge, and then while we're camping we'll do like the camaraderie, shaking hands, like really trading stories now. Like they've been friendly. I don't want to paint the picture that they were like stoic and weird, but now it's been a
They were guarded.
real life or death thing where they were like, hey, that was legit. You guys really, though they can be so dangerous. They could have poisoned the mules. Anything else? And
I'm
as
gonna
you
go and
guys,
clean off. I was gonna say I'm gonna go to the river and clean off my hands before I shake hands.
yeah, absolutely. Your hands are just covered in burnt meat.
You're gonna collect the. I imagine the needle with the poison or whatever is in my shield. Just pull it out and be like, might be something interesting to check out later. I'll give it to Magnus or Caytha because they're.
Hmm I can look at that and see what we can do with that. They might have some more darts on them. We didn't check that.
And most of them fell in the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, two of them are in the river. The one next to Magnus has a bunch, and then there's one more up on the ridge if you want to backtrack. They each have 10 poisoned blow darts and blow dart guns themselves.
Nice.
Unfortunately, getting the poison off the darts is going to be hard, so one of you just has to sort of. Well, I guess you've got two rogues. Blow dart guns are good.
Mhm.
I got
Yeah.
a crossbow. I don't think I'm gonna take a blow guy.
Okay. But yeah, you can get 20, and it's just giant centipede venom.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you know what? They each fired a few.
Yeah, so there's probably only like 18 or something like that.
Yeah, roll 2d10. We'll see how many. Well,
That's
we'll make it dice. 2d10, and that's how many poisoned darts you have. They have more darts. Those are just the poisoned ones. Or you can make darts. This is just
Hmm
I
just a
mean, you
needle.
could also beg Caytha to offer up her own venom.
hmm
Thought it was 2d10, he said.
nobody's
Oh.
rolled them yet.
Yeah.
I can roll it.
Oh,
I was already typing it.
Oh, my
Oh.
bad.
Oh, you're good. That's fine. Oh, nice. I'm
Yeah.
not
You
that at
get
all.
Yeah, you get 12. You have 12 blow darts, and they each have a. It's just giant centipede venom,
Venom.
okay.
which is not awful. At the higher things, it makes something clumsy and fatigued. So it's really good for
Yeah.
keeping things off guard. That's
Yeah.
really what they were trying to do, is get you guys to be off guard
Flash.
and then just
Got you.
wreck you with sneak attack.
He came up and snuck up on me.
Sneezes usually do.
Yeah.
It's
So
rare that
you
I get advance notice of a sneeze.
Oh, there
We'll
it
go
is.
back
Where's the
to
blow guy?
the Majia map. It does 1 damage, and it has a 20-foot range. It does 1 piercing damage without special feats or anything like that. All right, so you guys make the next couple of stops over this is the end of the 3rd week. You are coming up upon that weird little stop off, and you very clearly Okini gets everyone in, like, you've already been like, or rather you hit vigils and you like stop off, reload up, and then head off again. You guys are coming up on that weird little stop off now. Ukini gets everyone off of. You're back on like very more tread roads now. After you get to Vigil's End, you cut through the woods on these like weird little trails where it's dangerous. You fight off a bunch of these feral Varst, and you head out and break from the main roads again because nobody wants to go that close to the shallow sea. There are roads there, but it's like, not really just out of necessity kind of stuff. And Ukini is like, looks at you guys and be like, all right, this is. It doesn't really say anything, but like has that conspiratorial look with all of you. Like moves a log, moves the mules through it, and then like sort of puts it back. Like this is a trail that they use and nobody else is really supposed to even interact with. Not only do people not come here, the trail's also not that well tread, and it's blocked off. But it's like there's definitely like a method of moving it that seems very comfortable with him. And you guys go down into this little peninsula, and as you break the trees, you're looking sort of down a hill, and there is it is like a lighthouse that is just so old. Like this big stone lighthouse that has like or go ahead, does anyone have architecture lore or history or anything similar to that?
I do have scribing, so maybe higher DC, but
Yeah,
possible.
scribing can get you some information. This would be a really a higher
Obscure.
DC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it'd be
obscure.
obscure for sure.
The closest I would have is either academia or engineering.
I think you could do academia for the same reason scribing is. Caytha, you don't know. Magnus, you know. I mean, you know that this is a reasonable place for a lighthouse, except that nobody wants to be anywhere near the shallow sea. But like theoretically, this is a place that if the seas had been higher at some point in time, or before it was cursed, or if it was still cursed and there was just way less corpses in it, you would have needed a lighthouse here.
Okay.
So like in other circumstances, all of the factors in there being a building here make sense, but you don't know anything about the history of maybe what this building was, who built it, or how long it's been here. It is severely in disrepair. But you guys are looking down this, and Ukini is sort of like getting the mules to go down this hill, like just set in like wooden steps, just like any solid trail. Everyone, go ahead and give me a perception check now. So you guys are looking at the building, but go ahead and give me a perception check. This is like a rocky beach, or it's not a beach at all. It's like stones. There's some places to go down to the water, but so Komarov, Magnus, you guys are. I just realized I never even rolled for Alexandra in that whole fight. Whatever.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, he's in the back. He's there. He's there when you need him. Komarov and Magnus, you very easily see. Tivin, you see this as well, but Komarov gets it a little better. So basically, Kormo's the only one that doesn't notice this, and Komarov just sees it the best. There are there are definitely mostly decayed corpses up on the rocks with crossbow bolts and arrows in them. They look a lot more recent than the building does. And then Komarov, you see on the side that you're on, there are more like tucked into the trees, and they do not have crossbow bolts. They're also dead, but they have acid burns.
Interesting.
So
A
you've
lot
got
of
coming out of the.
fighting around here.
You point that out, and Ukini is like, "We got to get down there. We got guys in this hideout." And he starts to head off, and he looks rather worried. This is a question for Fred. Are you going to be able to play next month, or does Sundays not work for you anymore?
If you guys want me to play, I have to. It'd be after 5 o'clock.
I'm
Can
good
you
in
hear
the
me?
evenings. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be in
I
the
mean,
evenings.
yeah, I could do that.
I can't do evenings, unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's up to you guys. It's as of right now. Is after 5 o'clock? It'd be
I could
after 5 o'clock.
I have a thing that I do Sunday evenings, but it's also once a month, and it just for the last 4 months, it just happens to be coinciding with the first game that we play.
Mhm.
I could maybe ask if it can get pushed, depending on.
Well, I
Uh,
think next month we were
mm.
already talking with Mike, and we were going to try and push this one a week later.
The 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the 9th,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't do Sunday evenings.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
Do we really need Justin? Really? Do we?
Do we really need-
I mean, our roles will be much better if we're just playing this ourselves.
Yeah.
Hey, the difficulty is a 9. Hooray!
Hey!
Just decide.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean I'll be switching to the weekend shift.
No, we get it,
Uh,
man. Life is
uh,
important, and you got to pay your bills.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
mean,
start looking for a different job. Just I'm not sure if I'm going to like what I'm going to be doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, we can let Raven spell go off and do a thing so that you can
Yeah,
come
maybe
back.
he recognizes where we're at because we're fairly close to Hawk now.
Oh, that's a good
Yep.
idea.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like within a day's, maybe
Yeah.
2 days fly of like where you're from. You've made it home, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, so
You guys-
we'll figure things out later
Yep.
if I'm able to come back or not. So
Okay.
Yep.
just supposedly starting end of end of this month.
End of this month. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be switching to the weekend shift.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah. Think about it, and let's stay in
Well-
contact with Discord and let us know.
well, I still plan on coming on Friday, so you guys will still see me.
Yeah.
But Justin is the GM and
Yeah.
he's in charge of.
Yeah,
So stay
I
in
will
Discord, contact
yeah,
us, and let us know, and that'd
I'll
be great.
let Justin know that if I'm able to if I'm able to come back.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna miss the other game too. So
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
so. Yep. Alrighty.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
So we're gonna end off with the lighthouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are heading back down to this ancient lighthouse that is just surrounded by signs of recent combat,
Yeah.
both in the trees and on the rocks leading into the White House.
Okay. I think
Like,
Caytha
not the
will
White
have
House,
her
the
sword
lighthouse.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, the minute we got ambushed, we definitely.
I mean, she had her crossbow out most of the time, but this,
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
fair.
okay, I'm not going to go in shooting. I'll have my crossbow out. And she has needle darts if she needs range, which is a
Yeah.
far better. I keep
Yeah, 'cause
forgetting she's a caster.
No, yeah, aren't you a cleric?
Yeah, she's a cleric.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, use
forget
that
that
wisdom.
she's a cleric. Yeah.
Yeah, I also I have intercept strike, so if on the rare chances that I can't attack, which I don't need ranged, I need somebody to stay near me, so that I can taunt something within 120 feet, and then if they make a ranged attack, I can intercept the attack and take the damage for the person next to me, which is what I was trying to do with Magnus, and then he walked away and fireballed somebody in their face. So I was like, all right, that works.
Yeah. It lit that guy up.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys have fun.
All right.
All right.
Oh, I'm also done. I have to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're calling it there. So
Yeah, we're gonna call it here, and then next time we will explore this ancient lighthouse and what happened here.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Have a great day. And we will see you on Friday with session 0 for AD&D.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Have a nice day and catch you soon.
Bye.
See ya.